from the Gateway Grizzlies in their first series of the year. However, the Joliet Slammers not as fortunate. They lost 2 of 3 to the Normal Corn Belters. We're going to review both of those series. We have an interview with Brian Haar coming up later in the show. We're going to look at tonight's pitching matchup. We got lineups, we got first pitch. It's all coming up right here on the Washington Wild Things pregame show here on the MSA Sports Network. We'll be right back. Going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll look at the last series for both these teams. Stay tuned right here to the MSA Sports Network, your coverage of Washington Wild Things baseball.
AAA members enjoy 24/7 roadside assistance, exclusive member-only discounts, expert travel assistance, free identity theft protection, and much more. With that AAA card in your wallet or purse, you have the peace of mind, safety, and security that only AAA membership can provide. Already a member? Don't forget to renew. Not a member? Join AAA today at any nearby office or online at AAA.com. AAA, we're always with you.
We are back here on the MSA Sports Network's coverage of Washington Wild Things baseball. I'm Zach Ziegler. You're listening to the Washington Wild Things pregame show. Now, last series, as we were talking about the Washington Wild Things, they come into this game hot. They won 2 out of 3 against the Gateway Grizzlies, took the game on opening day by a score of 4-3, then dropped the second game of this series, falling 10-3 to the Gateway Grizzlies, and finally wrapping it up with a win in Sunday afternoon's game by a score of 8-6. Now, in that Sunday game, a key part of the offense was third baseman Brian Haar. Haar went 2 for 4, 2 home runs, drove in 3 on the day, and both home runs were really big. His first home run came at the top of the 4th inning, and the Wild Things at that point were down 1-0. Haar blasts a leadoff homer over the wall that ties the game and got that inning started, turned into a 5-run inning for the Washington Wild Things. They really busted the game open at that point. And then later in the 7th inning, it was another no-out shot after Austin Wobrock reached on a single. Wobrock also had a big game. 3 for 5 for him. Wobrock reached on a single, stole his first base of the season, and then Brian Haar provided some insurance as the Wild Things were only up 5-4 at that point with a 2-run homer, putting the Wild Things up 7-4. They'd eventually win the game by the score of 8-6. Now, for the Normal Corn Belters, they've had either really good games or really bad games. Their one win in the series with the Normal Corn Belters came on Saturday. They won 12-2 in that contest. However, after their first game of the year got rained out on Friday, they were scheduled to play a doubleheader on Sunday, lost the first game 16-1, and then proceeded to lose the second game by a score of 12-1. So for the Joliet Slammers, we've either seen high power offense or no offense at all. So we'll see which team shows up today. And we're going to take another break here on the Washington Wild Things pregame show. You're listening to the MSA Sports Network. I want to remind you this broadcast brought to you by Consol Energy, Bethany College, Clearview Federal Credit Union, and PA Leadership Charter Schools in Pennsylvania. Be sure to stay tuned. Next, we have the interview with Brian Haar coming up. Keep on listening to the Washington Wild Things pregame show here on the MSA Sports Network.
You just never know how your day is going to go. The same holds true at Penn Station East Coast Subs. For some unsuspecting spuds, they start their day as Idaho potatoes, only to be transformed into hand-hewn fries. Unlucky for them, good for you. However, both your days get better because the fries get to sidle up next to a perfectly grilled Philly cheesesteak. Then, on their way to their final resting place, they get bathed in citric nectar, our signature lemonade. Wherever your day takes you, we recommend Penn Station be one of the stops.
We're back here on the MSA Sports Network. You're listening to the Washington Wild Things pregame show, currently joined by Brian Haar. And Brian, first of all, talk about what it's like to get back to baseball. Long off season, you played your first 3 games of the season. What's it like getting back to playing the game?
It's definitely a long off season when we start May 13th, but it's good to be back with a new group of guys. We got a good group here, so it's fun to play with these guys.
You hit 2 home runs in the game on Sunday. I want to talk about the 2 different approaches. The first at-bat, you guys were down by 1. What are you looking to do at the plate in that situation?
That one was a leadoff spot, so I was trying to get on base, get on second base. I'm not a speed guy, so I can't hit a single and steal. So I'm looking to drive the ball in the gap, I got a fastball up, and I put a good swing on it, and it went out.
That second at-bat, you guys are up by 1. The Grizzlies just answered with a 2-run homer of their own. What are you thinking going to that one?
Again, I'm in the 3 hole, and I'm in to drive guys in, so I'm trying to look for something up in the zone and put in the gap. I mean, that's pretty much my approach every at bat. He threw me a slider we pitched before, low and away, swung and missed, came back with a slider, and he left it over the middle, and I hit it well.
Last year you played in the Minnesota Twins organization in Class A. What's it like now getting the opportunity to play with the Wild Things after spending time in minor leagues?
It's a different experience for sure. I love it here, though. It's a good environment, good people, good coaches. We got to meet the fans a little bit before. Affiliate ball is fun, and this is fun too. It's all baseball, so really just got to come out and play.
And finally, playing with these group of guys, what's it like? You said guys are all sort of new coming into this season. What's it like getting to know these guys through the early part of the season?
It's tough at first. Playing these spring training games before we just got into games, so that kind of helps just kind of feel everybody out for a week or two. And now everyone's friends and joking around, and it's a good time.
All right, thanks for joining me, Brian. Good luck today.
Yeah, thank you.
And we'll be right back here on the Washington Wild Things pregame show here on the MSA Sports Network.
You just never know how your day is going to go. The same old's true at Penn Station East Coast subs. For some unsuspecting spuds, they start their day as Idaho potatoes, only to be transformed into hand-hewn fries. Unlucky for them, good for you. However, both your days get better because the fries get to sidle up next to a perfectly grilled Philly cheesesteak. Then, on their way to their final resting place, they get bathed in citric nectar, our signature lemonade. Wherever your day takes you, we recommend Penn Station be one of the stops.
We are back here on the MSA Sports Network, getting you ready for coverage of Washington Wild Things baseball as your Wild Things will take on the Joliet Slammers. Just about ready to get things underway here from Silver Cross Stadium. I'm Zach Ziegler. Going to take a quick look at the Washington Wild Things lineup for you in this one. They lead off with center fielder Jamal Austin, batting second, Austin Wobrock, batting third at third base, Brian Haar, the number 4 hitter at first base, Jimmy Yezzo, Dave Popkins bats fifth in right field, Grant Fink hits sixth in left, Scott Carcasi, the designated hitter, hits seventh, Eddie Serrano bats eighth and behind the plate, and batting ninth at second base is John Zizniewski. On the mound for the Joliet Slammers, Spencer Medic. Medic has the only team's win to this point. He's 1-0 in that timeout. He gave 2 runs, 2 runs, 2 earned with 3 strikeouts and 4 walks. As the first pitch to Jamal Austin is over for a strike. No balls, 1 strike. First pitch here, 8:04, 60 degrees outside. First pitch time and temperature is brought to you by State Line Grocery and Hotspot, as this pitch is grounded to short. Handled over there by Rodriguez. He throws on a first, and that's out number 1. So quickly 1 retired for the Washington Wild Things. 1 out here in the top of the first. As we said, coming into this game, Spencer Medic, the only win for these Joliet Slammers. They come out in today's contest with a record of 1-3. Looking at their defensive alignment in the outfield left to right, it's Phil Bates, Charlie White, and Boo Vasquez. The left side of the infield held by Jake Gronsky and Alfredo Rodriguez. The right side by Melvin Rodriguez and Mark Flores, with Casey Fletcher behind the plate. As the first pitch to Austin Wobrock is across for a strike. No balls, 1 strike. Wobrock, as we said, the good offensive day on Monday, went 3 for 5 with 3 singles in that contest. Medic set in the pitch. And that's a strike. No balls, 2 strikes, the count to Wobrock. The Wild Things enter this game with a record of 2-1 after taking 2 of 3 from the Gateway Grizzlies over in Sauget, Illinois. Medic set. And the 0-2 coming. And Wobrock taps this one over the head of Medic. Melvin Rodriguez has it. Throws on the first, and that is out number 2. So quickly 2 away for the Washington Wild Things. That'll bring up Brian Haar, the hero offensively of Sunday's game. 2 for 4, 2 home runs. We talked to him in the pregame show. I want to thank him for joining us on the Washington Wild Things pregame show as he steps in. He currently leads the league in home runs with 3. Wind kind of blowing in from center field here at Silver Cross Field in Joliet, Illinois. Medic set in the first pitch. And it's called strike to Haar. No balls and a strike. Through these first 3 batters, Medic doing a nice job of getting out in front of hitters. Medic has his sign. He's set. And the 0-1. Swing and a miss. No balls, 2 strikes, and a pitch that was right over the outside corner of the plate. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. No score between your Washington Wild Things and the Joliet Slammers. Game just underway here from Silver Cross Field. Medic set. And the 0-2 coming. And ball, 1 ball, 2 strikes, just off that outside corner. Tried to get Hard to chase. Hard didn't offer. So 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. Medic set. And the 1-2. Hard swing and a miss, and he strikes out. So 1-2-3 go your Wild Things here in the first. And after half an inning, Wild Things nothing. Slammers coming to bat. You're listening to the MSA Sports Network's coverage of Washington Wild Things baseball.
PA Leadership Charter School is a proud sponsor of the Washington Wild Things. PALCS is a tuition-free online public school for K-12 students. PALCS can help your child hit a home run in their education through flexibility, student-to-teacher interaction, and socialization opportunities. Go to PALCS.org for more information. Go Wild Things!
PA Leadership Charter School, lead don't follow.
We're back here on the MSA Sports Network. Coverage of Washington Wild Things baseball as your Washington Wild Things are taking on the Joliet Slammers from Joliet, Illinois tonight. Taking a look at the lineup for the Slammers, they lead off with their center fielder Charlie White, hitting second and left field Phil Bates, batting third the shortstop Alfredo Rodriguez. In the cleanup hole will be first baseman Mark Flores, batting fifth the third baseman Jake Gronsky. Batting sixth in right field will be Boo Vasquez. Batting seventh, the second baseman Melvin Rodriguez. Batting eighth, the designated hitter Carter Bell. And rounding out the lineup behind the plate and batting ninth will be Casey Fletcher. And on the mound for the Washington Wild Things, making a season debut, is Brandon Hinkle, the fourth starter for this Washington Wild Things team. Hinkle last season pitched in the Toronto Blue Jays single-A organization, went 5-1 with a 1.14 ERA, 33 strikeouts, and 23 walks for Hinkle. So Hinkle has pitched pretty well in the minors. See if he can transfer that here to Frontier League Baseball. Charlie White gets ready to step in, and we are ready to start the bottom of the first. No score between your Washington Wild Things and the Joliet Slammers. Hinkle set, and here's his first pitch. And it's a ball, 1 ball, no strikes. White, enters this series batting 188 with a homer and 2 RBIs. Here's the pitch. And that's a called strike, count even at 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, no score between your Wild Things and the Joliet Slammers. Hinkle set in the 1-1. And checks his swing. Did he go around? No, says the home plate umpire. Ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. Hinkle set. The 2-1 coming. And that's low in the dirt. Ball 3. 3 balls and a strike. And if you're Hinkle, you don't want to lose the leadoff man of the game and give the Joliet Slammers a leadoff base runner. So let's see if he can fight back in this 3-1 count. Hinkle set, the 3-1. And this one lined over the head of Wisniewski at second. It gets down into the gap. Popkins will cut it off before it gets to the wall, so that will stop White at first and gives the Slammers a runner at first here with nobody out. And if you're Hinkle, that's not the 3-1 pitch you wanted to throw. White got a pitch he could handle and lined it over the head of the Wild Things second baseman, giving Joliet the leadoff base runner. This will bring up now the left fielder, Phil Bates. Bates comes in today batting 200 with no homers and 2 RBIs on the young season. Hinkle checks White at first. And the pitch coming. And ball, 1 ball, no strikes. 1-0 the count. And for Hinkle early on, falling behind the first 2 batters in this game, that's not a trend he wants to continue. Hinkle throws over to first, and White's back. 1 ball, no strikes the count to Phil Bates. No score between your Wild Things and the Joliet Slammers. Nobody out here in the bottom of the first. Hinkle setting the pitch. Bates is bunting. Hard charges, and this one won't roll foul, and Hard won't pick it up. So another single with 2 straight singles gives the Slammers runners at first and second here with nobody out. And that ball was bunted pretty hard by Bates. I'm not quite sure why Brian Hard didn't field that one. He was hoping it would hit that dirt and roll foul, but for Hard it didn't. Now that gives Joliet 2 on and brings up Alfredo Rodriguez, the shortstop, hitting in the number 3 hole. So Hinkle in an early jam. Looks into Sarando, checks White at second. Here's the pitch. And this ball grounded to third, over Har into left field. White will be sent around, and here's the throw to the plate. He will score without a throw, so with nobody out here in the top of the first, Wild Things are down 1-0. And Joliet has runners on first and second after 3 straight singles to start the ball game. And for Hinkle, that's not what you wanted on the hill. You wanted to come out and retire the side quickly. He can't. Gives up the first run of the ball game. And that'll bring up the cleanup hitter, Mark Flores, at first base. And if you're Hinkle now, you just have to relax and pitch your game. You've only allowed 1 run to this point, so let's see if you can turn things around and get this man. Hinkle set, checks Bates at second. Here's the pitch. And this ball's popped up. Sarando going back towards the screen, and he will run out of room, so first pitch will be a strike. No balls and a strike. It's the first batter that Hinkle's been ahead of today. So gets ahead in the count here to Flores. Flores comes into this game batting .400, no homers, 2 RBIs in that series against Normal. Brandon Hinkle, the 5'11", 180-pound Lancaster, Pennsylvania native. Southpaw on the hill for the Wild Things today. He's set, checks Bates at second, and a throw over to first. Nobody's over there. I'm not sure why Hinkle threw it. Now Bates coming around third. He's going to score, and that'll put Alfredo Rodriguez at third base. So now Joliet leads 2-0 on the throwing error by Brandon Hinkle. Not quite sure what Hinkle was thinking. Maybe a miscue in the signs as Jimmy Yezzo at first base wasn't over on the first base bag, and Hinkle threw a pickoff throw over there, and it went clear into right field towards the bullpens. So that situation just went from bad to worse as now Joliet leads 2-0 with nobody out. And it's a no ball, 1 strike count on their first baseman, Mark Flores. Hinkle set. Here's the 0-1. That's high, ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to count to Flores. Hinkle set in the 1-1 coming. And this one up the middle, that'll be a base hit. So 4 straight singles for the Joliet Slammers to lead things off. And now they lead 3-0 here in the first inning. And we're seeing Hinkle get hit pretty hard here as he's leaving pitches in the zone and batters are able to get to the ball and make solid contact. This will bring up Drake Gronsky, the third baseman. And Hinkle, we talked about in the beginning of the game, had a 1.14 ERA in the Blue Jays system, went 5-3. So a very good pitcher in the minor leagues. Looking to duplicate that here. And so far he has not been able to. Hinkle's first pitch. This one's a fly ball to center field. Austin and Popkins going over. Popkins will call Austin off and make the catch. And finally, the first out of the game is recorded. So 1 away and a runner on first for the Joliet Slammers. And that'll bring up the right fielder, Boo Vasquez. Vasquez on the young season hitting .400 with 1 home run and 3 RBIs. And for Hinkle, it's a big out number 1. You want to limit the damage, hopefully hold them to 3 here and get your guys back on the bat racks. It's still early, so don't have to worry about that 3-0 lead just yet. Hinkle setting the pitch. And a called strike. No balls and a strike. Looks like Hinkle got one there. Hinkle looking into Sarando. He's set. And the pitch coming. And this one breaks his bat as it flies into the lawn seats. That'll be 0-2 the count now. And the bat flew out towards Jimmy Yezzo at first base. Yezzo had to avoid that one, as luckily he does, and nobody got hurt. And Boo Vasquez will need a new bat. No balls, 2 strikes the count. No score between Joliet leads 3-0 here in the bottom of the first. 1 away, runner at first for Joliet. Hinkle has his sign from Sarando. He's set. And the 0-2. And that's high, ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Hinkle a year ago, 33 strikeouts in 92 innings pitched. Runner going to second. The throw is not in time as Flores is in there with the stolen base. Now the Slammers have a runner at second. 2-2 the count to Boo Vasquez. It's the 4th time that the Slammers have batted with a runner in scoring position. Here's the pitch. Outside. Ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes. So after getting ahead 0-2 to Vasquez, Hinkle has now fallen behind 3 balls, 2 strikes. Hinkle in a first inning jam. We talked about in the pregame, Joliet's had 1 of 2 games. It's been an offensive juggernaut or they can't score at all. So right now they scored 3 in the first. Here's the pitch. This one lined down the right field line. That one will go foul into the lawn. So the count remains 3 balls, 2 strikes. 3-2, 1 out for the Joliet Slammers. They lead 3-0 here in the bottom of the first. Mark Flores, the runner at second, he singled and stole his first base of the season. Here's the pitch. And that's ball 4. So with 1 out now, Joliet has runners at first and second after the Boo Vasquez walk. And that'll bring up the second baseman, Melvin Rodriguez. Rodriguez hitting 400 with a homer and 4 RBIs coming into this game. Rodriguez from Juana Diaz, Puerto Rico. Played in the Washington National system last season. Hinkle set in the pitch. That's way inside, ball 1. And early on, we're seeing a lot of control issues here from Brandon Hinkle. Only 1 out in the bottom of the first. He allowed 4 straight singles to start the inning. Here's the pitch. That's outside, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes, as Eddie Sarando will come out to talk to his starting pitcher. And as he does, fans, on Thursday, you enjoy several special offers. On Thursdays, the Wild Things are offering a 2-for-1 ticket. Stop by the box office to get yours. In addition, there's a 4 for $44 offer. It includes 4 reserved seats, 4 hot dogs, 4 bags of chips, and 4 small soft drinks. Normally a $76 package can be yours for just $44 every Thursday. The Wild Things are home this summer. It's manager Greg Langman on the mound right now talking to his starting pitcher, trying to calm him down a little bit, saying, hey, let's go. Let's get some outs here. As with 1 out, Joliet leads 3-0 over the Washington Wild Things. 3 runs, 4 hits in the inning for the Slammers. Hinkle, again, trying to limit damage. He has a 2-0 count to Melvin Rodriguez. As he's ready, he looks into Sarando, has his sign, he's set, and the pitch coming. And Rodriguez chops this one foul, 2 balls and a strike. First and second, 1 out after the Boo Vasquez walk and the Mark Flores single and stolen base. Hinkle, the left-hander, trying to get out of this inning for the Wild Things. He looks into Sarando, trying to find his sign. He has it. He's set. Checks Flores at second. The pitch. And this one popped up. Brian Haar going over to foul territory towards the dugout, and he'll make the catch. That's out number 2. And with 2 away now, Hinkle can focus on trying to get this last out. There is action in the Wild Things bullpen as Matt Fraudin is warming up out there. That'll bring up the designated hitter Carter Bell. Bell, 6'1", 195, the Courtney Courtney, California native. First and second for the Slammers. They lead 3-0 here in the bottom of the first. Hinkle set in the pitch. And it's a strike. No balls and a strike. It's the 8th man to bat in the inning for the Slammers. Hinkle looks to get out of it. He has 2 outs after allowing 4 straight singles to start this inning. Hinkle set. And he'll step off. With 2 on here, can't worry about the base runners. Got to worry about the man at the plate. 2 outs, he's the guy you got to get. Hinkle set. And the 0-1. And just high. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 the count to the right-handed hitting Carter Bell. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes. This will be a big strikeout if Hinkle can get it. 33 strikeouts last year and 92 innings of work. So not a lot of strikeouts for Hinkle. But this one would be big if he can get it. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. And the pitch. And this one, fly ball to right field. Popkins coming in. Zizniewski going out. Yezo going out. A slide. And Popkins can't get it, but it'll go foul, thankfully, for the Wild Things. I thought that ball was going to land in fair territory for a minute, but when Popkins slid, it hit his arm, and his arm was in foul territory. So the count remains 1-2 with 2 outs here for Joliet. And if you're Hinkle, you're breathing a sigh of relief there, as if that ball would have fallen fair, that would have easily scored 1 run, possibly 2. Hinkle looks into Sarando for his side. And he has it. He's set. And the pitch coming. And this one fouled back into the seats. Count remains 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Joliet leads 3-0 here in the bottom of the first. Hinkle looks into Sarando. He's set. And the 1-2 coming. And this one again fouled off to the screen. So 3 straight foul balls here for Carter Bell. Let's push this count to 1-2. 3-0 score. First of a 3-game series between your Wild Things and the Joliet Slammers. From Joliet, Illinois, you're listening to the MSA Sports Network. Hinkle set. Checks Flores at second. Here's the pitch. And inside. Count goes to 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Wild Things down 3 here in the bottom of the first. Hinkle set. The 2-2 coming. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. But the Joliet Slammers scored 3 runs in the inning on 4 hits, no errors, 2 men left on. After 1 inning of play, the score, Joliet 3, your Washington Wild Things nothing. We'll be right back here on MSA Sports Network's coverage of Washington Wild Things baseball.
PA Leadership Charter School is a proud sponsor of the Washington Wild Things. PALCS is a tuition-free online public school for K-12 students. PALCS can help your child hit a home run in their education through flexibility, student-to-teacher interaction, and socialization opportunities. Go to PALCS.org for more information. Go Wild Things!
PA Leadership Charter School. Lead, don't follow.
We're back here in the top of the second inning. Big inning for the Joliet Slammers. Last inning in the first, they scored 4 runs, started the game with 4 straight singles. But the big question mark of a play, Brandon Hinkle threw a pickoff throw over to first, and Jimmy Yezo didn't cover. So the signs got mixed up, and that allowed 1 run to score and got a runner at third base. It made the score 2-0 at that point. And then Mark Flores hit the single that drove in the 3rd run of the inning. So Wild Things early hole, but it's still early. Lots of baseball left for the Wild Things to play. Due up 4, 5, and 6 hitters, Jimmy Yezzo, Dave Popkins, and Grant Fink are due up for your Wild Things in this half an inning. And before we get started, remember the Wild Things are offering a flex plan promotion. Get a 12-ticket plan for the price of a 10-ticket plan. Flex plans are great for people who have hectic schedules and can't take advantage of a typical season package because they're not sure which games they can attend. A flex plan gets you ticket vouchers at a reduced cost, and you can redeem them whenever it's convenient for you. Call the box office today for more information. So come out to Consol Energy Park. Opening day this Friday against the Lake Erie Crushers. Your Wild Things return back home. Come out and support the Wild Things. As in steps Jimmy Yezzo, the first baseman. Yezzo on Sunday was 0 for 5 with 3 strikeouts. So looking to turn things around offensively for Yezzo. Here's the pitch from Medic. And it's a strike. No balls and a strike. Top of the second. Joliet leads 3-0 over your Wild Things. Medic set. And the 0-1. That's way outside. Ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Medic only 1 hit on the season, but it was a big one and on opening day. Provided insurance in the 8th inning to help the Wild Things get the 1-run victory. As the 1-1's a called strike, 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1-2 the count. Medic looks into Fletcher. He has his sign. He's set. And the 1-2 coming. And line in the right field, and this will carry out to the right fielder Vasquez, and that is out number 1. Thought that ball was going to drop for a second, but it held up just long enough for Vasquez to grab it and make the catch. That brings up the right fielder, Dave Popkins. Popkins also took an 0 for yesterday, went 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts. Medic set in the pitch. And this one popped foul over towards the lawn area off to the right. No balls and a strike. And with Medic, you see him getting out in front of all 5 Wild Things hitters so far. So he's doing a nice job on the mound of being in a position to where he makes the batter chase his pitch rather than the batter wait for his. Medic set. And the 0-1. And that's a called strike. No balls, 2 strikes just on that outside corner. 0-2 the count. Medic set. And the pitch. And this one, chopped to the left side. Diving, can't get it as the third baseman or the shortstop, so it'll be the first hit of the day for the Washington Wild Things, and it's a 1-out single for Dave Popkins. Diving try by Gronsky over there, couldn't make the play. Alfredo Rodriguez tried, he couldn't make it either as it scooted into right field. And that'll bring up the left fielder, Grant Fink, for the Wild Things. Fink was a designated hitter on Sunday, went 2 for 4 with a single, a double, and 2 RBIs. Medic set. And the pitch coming. And this ball popped up, going to the seats, foul off to the right. No balls and a strike. The Wild Things have a runner on first here with 1 out. They're down 3-0 to the Joliet Slammers. Medic, the left-hander, versus Fink, the right-hander. Medic set. Checks Popkins, the 0-1. That's outside ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Silver Cross Field, one of the only Frontier League fields to feature natural grass and dirt. Most of the fields across the league are of the turf variety. Medic set. And throw over to first. Popkins is back. In the Frontier League, not used to getting your pants dirty, but here in Joliet, have that possibility with the dirt infield, as opposed to turf infield, like at Consol Energy Park and at Gateway. Medic checks Popkins at first. Here's the pitch. Time is called right before the pitch is thrown. Fink gets time awarded. And we'll do it again. 1 ball, 1 strike. 3-0 Joliet leads here in the top of the second. Medic set. And the 1-1 coming. And swing and foul back. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. For Fink, he was involved in a bizarre play on Sunday. He was on second base when John Zizniewski, the second baseman, chopped the ball to first base. The first baseman for Gateway, Ben Waldrop played first base that day. He turned his back to home plate. When he flipped to first base, Grant Fink decided to round third and head for home, and he was able to get in there and score. The Medic throws over to first, and Popkins is back. Fink a big part of that 8-6 victory on Sunday against the Gateway Grizzlies. Medic has his sign. He's set, and the 1-2 coming. Long look at Popkins. Here's the pitch. And that's outside. Ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Medic 6'3", 220 from Baltimore, Maryland. He's set. And the 2-2. Swing and a miss, and Fink strikes out. There are now 2 away for the Wild Things with a runner on base. That'll bring up the designated hitter, Scott Carcasey. Carcasey got the night off last night for the Wild Things. Played the first 2 games and is currently searching for his first Wild Things hit. Went 0 for 7 in the series against Gateway. If you could get one now, that would be big. Medic set. And the first pitch coming to Carcasey. It's a called strike, no balls and a strike. Oh, 0-1 the count to the Wild Things designated hitter. Medic set. And the 0-1. And that's outside, ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike the count on Carcasey. Lefty on lefty matchup here. In the top of the second, Joliet leads 3-0 over your Wild Things. Medic set. And the 1-1 coming. And that's low, ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. As we said, Spencer Medic with the only win for this Joliet team. They're 1-3 entering play today. He's set, and the 2-1 coming. And that's low, ball 3. 3-1, the first 3-ball count today that Medic's been involved in. Three balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Medic set. And the pitch coming. And high, ball 4. So a 2-out walk here gives the Wild Things another man on. They have runners at first and second now with 2 away. And that'll bring up the catcher, Eddie Sarando. Sarando, a big opportunity. Still looking for his first hit here in 2016. As he was 0 for 4 in the series against Gateway. Sarando, 2 starts this year. Was a late addition in Saturday's game against Gateway, as catcher Kyle Pollock was out with a bicep injury. Pollock hasn't been back since, so it's been Sarando for the last 3 games. Medic looks in. He has his sign. He's set. Checks Popkins at second. Here's the pitch. And way inside, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. That one almost got Sarando on the foot. 1-0, Joliet leads 3-0 here. 2 outs in the top of the second. Medic set. And the 1-0 coming. That's high, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Medic in his first tough situation of the day retired the Wild Things 1-2-3 back in the first. Medic set, checks Popkins at second. And the pitch coming. That's inside ball 3. 3-0 the count to Eddie Sarando as Medic is now in trouble of loading the bases. 3-0 Joliet leads your Wild Things. 3-0 count to Eddie Sarando. Medic set and the pitch coming. And that's high, ball 4. So 2 straight walks, and the bases are full of Wild Things here with 2 away. And a big opportunity for second baseman John Zizniewski. Zizniewski goes to talk to manager Greg Langman, who's coaching third base for the Wild Things, as they go over the sides. There is a meeting on the mound as well. So a big situation for Zizniewski. In Sunday's game, Zizniewski 1 for 3 with a single RBI and a walk. There's a look to come through for the Wild Things here. Dave Popkins reached on a 1-out single. Then 2 straight 2-out walks to Scott Carcasey and Eddie Sarando have the Wild Things set up here with just 2 away. Zizniewski is stepping in. Started 2 of the 3 games at Gateway. Justin Fox started the other game. 3-0 Joliet lead. 2 outs. Bases full of Wild Things. Popkins at third. Carcasey at second. Sarando at first. Here's the pitch. And Zizniewski hits this one a long way down the right field line, but it will go foul. Zizniewski, if that was fair, it would have been a grand slam, but he hooked it. So the count is 0-1. Medic has his sign. He's set. And the 0-1 on the way. Up the middle, and caught by Melvin Rodriguez. Thought that one was ticketed for center field, but that will end the inning. So, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 3 men left on base after the Wild Things loaded the bases in the inning. So your score after 1.5, it's Joliet 3, Wild Things nothing. You're listening to MSA Sports Network's coverage of Washington Wild Things baseball.
You just never know how your day is going to go. The same old's true at Penn Station East Coast subs. For some unsuspecting spuds, they start their day as Idaho potatoes, only to be transformed into hand-hewn fries. Unlucky for them, good for you. However, both your days get better because the fries get to sidle up next to a perfectly grilled Philly cheesesteak. Then, on their way to their final resting place, they get bathed in citric nectar, our signature lemonade. Wherever your day takes you, we recommend Penn Station be one of the stops.
We're back here in the bottom of the second as Joliet Slammers lead your Washington Wild Things 3-0. Wild Things mounted a threat last inning as after Jimmy Yezzo flew out to right field, Dave Popkins hit a 1-out single after a Grant Fink strikeout. 2 straight walks to Scott Carcasey and Eddie Sarando loaded the bases for the Wild Things. In the first pitch of John Zizniewski's at bat, he hit a ball that if it would have stayed fair, would have been a grand slam, but it hooked foul. And then on the very next pitch, hit a sharp line drive up the middle. It was caught by Melvin Rodriguez to end the inning. So currently in the bottom of the second, Hinkle back on the mound after a rough first inning. He allowed 4 straight singles to start the game as it scored 3 runs for the Joliet Slammers. The big play in that first inning, though, however, is on Hinkle's throw over to first base. Jimmy, with 2 on and nobody out, Hinkle threw over to first base, but Jimmy Yezzo wasn't covering, and the ball flew down the right field foul line. Popkins had to recover it, allowed a run to score, and at that point made the score 2-0. As we get ready to start things here in the bottom of inning number 2. Wednesdays are bucket hat days at the park this summer. For $15, you can get a reserved seat and a Wild Things bucket hat. What a great deal. So come out to Consol Energy. Lots of great promotions coming up, especially this weekend, opening weekend at Consol Energy Park against the Lake Erie Crushers. That'll be Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, those games. Then we'll bring up the number 9 hitter for Joliet, Casey Fletcher, the catcher. Hinkle set in the first pitch. And this one's popped up in foul territory. Sarando and Har giving chase, and it'll fall just in front of the Wild Things dugout. No balls and 1 strike. Fletcher only 2 at-bats here on the young season. 0 for 2. As Brian Har and Eddie Sarando gave chase. No balls and a strike. The 0-1. And just inside, ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hinkle looks in. He's set in the 1-1. And this one grounded up the middle. Wisniewski able to field it. He'll throw on to first, and that is out number 1. So Hinkle starts off this inning a lot better than he started off last inning, getting the first man out. Now he'll face Charlie White. White, one of the 4 singles to lead off the game. White coming into the game batting 188, 1 homer, 2 RBIs. Joliet leads 3-0 here in the bottom of the second. Here's the pitch. And that's a called strike. No balls and a strike. Different to inning number 1, we see Hinkle getting out in front of batters early as opposed to falling behind. Hinkle set the 0-1. And this ball line to center field. Austin running over, and he won't get it. A roll to the wall. White around first, heading to second, and he will stop there with a 1-out double. So the Joliet Slammers have another runner in scoring position here with only 1 out. And just as I said, Hinkle was starting the inning off right. He puts a pitch, center cut on the plate, and White promptly puts it into left center field and gets on with a double. And that'll bring up the left fielder, Phil Bates. Bates 1 for 1 with a single. Hinkle set. Here's the pitch. And this one grounded to short. Handled over there by Wobrock. Throws across the diamond to first, and that's out number 2. 6-3 on the putout. Keeps White at second. That'll bring up Alfredo Rodriguez, the shortstop. Rodriguez singled back in the first. For Alfredo in the young season, .333, no homers and 2 RBI, or no homers and 2 RBIs for Rodriguez. Hinkle going through the signs. He's set. Checks White at second. The pitch. And low, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Rodriguez, the Oak Hill, Virginia native, stands at 5'11", 185. No relation to Melvin Rodriguez. Hinkle set the pitch. And that's low, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. 2-0, 2 outs. Wild Things down 3-0 here in the bottom of the second. Charlie White stands on second. He had a 1-out double. Here's the pitch. And called strike. So 2 balls and a strike. Hinkle able to get ahead of the first 3 batters of the inning, but here falling behind Rodriguez, 2-1. White bouncing off second. Here's the 2-1. In the dirt, ball 3. 3 balls and a strike. And the on-deck circle, Mark Flores for the Joliet Slammers, the cleanup man. The 3-1. And in the dirt, ball 4. So a 2-out walk gives Joliet runners at first and second, and that'll bring up Mark Flores, the first baseman. Flores on the day, singled in the first inning and stole a base. It was Flores' first stolen base of the year. Bottom second, Wild Things down 3. Hinkle checks White at second. White takes off for third. The pitch, grounded up the middle. Wisniewski has it. He'll throw on to first, and that is out number 3. So no runs for the Slammers on 1 hit, no errors, and 2 men left on base. After 2 innings of work here, the score, Joliet 3, your Washington Wild Things nothing. You're listening to coverage of Washington Wild Things baseball right here on the MSA Sports Network.
AAA members enjoy 24/7 roadside assistance, exclusive member-only discounts, expert travel assistance, free identity theft protection, and much more. With that AAA card in your wallet or purse, you have the peace of mind, safety, and security that only AAA membership can provide. Already a member? Don't forget to renew. Not a member? Join AAA today at any nearby office or online at AAA.com. AAA, we're always with you.
We're back here on the MSA Sports Network. Going to the top of the third, the Joliet Slammers lead your Washington Wild Things by a score of 3-0. Spencer Medic, through the first 2 innings, fell into some trouble in the second inning. Allowed a one-out single to Dave Popkins. And after a Grant Fink strikeout, 2 walks to Scott Carcasey and Eddie Sarando loaded the bases with 2 away. And John Zizniewski nearly hit a grand slam for the Wild Things, but it hooked foul, and he followed it with a sharp line drive up the middle that was snagged by Melvin Rodriguez to end the inning. So due up for your Wild Things in this half inning, Jamal Austin, Austin Wobrock, and Brian Haar, the 1-2-3 hitters in the order. And fans, on Sundays, bring your church bulletin to the park, and we'll give you a $2 discount on your tickets. So go to church Sunday morning, bring the bulletin to Consol Energy Park, and $2 off. Good deal for a Frontier League game. Wild Things open their home schedule this Friday, taking on the Lake Erie Crushers after this 3-game series here in Joliet. Jamal Austin will step up. Austin 0 for 1 today. Grounded out back in the first. Medic looks into Fletcher, has his sign. Here's the pitch. Austin bunting, and this one will go foul. No balls and a strike. 0-1 the count to the Wild Things center fielder. For Austin in that first series, went 3 for 12, 250, no homers and RBI. Medic set, the 0-1 coming. And that's a called strike. No balls, 2 strikes. 0-2 the count. Wild Things down 3 here. 3-0 at the top of the third. Medic has his sign. He's set. And the 0-2. And this one lined up the middle. And again, Melvin Rodriguez right there to make the catch. And that is out number 1. So Rodriguez robbing 2 Wild Things of a base hit. That'll bring up the shortstop, Austin Wobrock. Wobrock grounded out to Melvin back in the first. Wild Things down 3 here. Wobrock in that series, 3 for 10 against Gateway. All 3 hits coming on the last day. Medic set the pitch. And a called strike, no balls and a strike. The Wild Things shortstop. On the season, Wobrock 300, a homer, and 4 RBIs. Medic set, the 0-1 coming. This one, grounded Rodriguez again. He has it, throw on to first, and that's out number 2. So quickly 2 away here in the top of the third for your Wild Things. That'll bring up Brian Haar. Haar struck out his last at-bat. Haar comes into this one leading the Frontier League currently in home runs with 3. Hit 3 home runs in the last 2 days. Medic has his sign, lefty on righty. Here's the pitch. And Haar hits this one foul off to the right. No balls and a strike. 0-1 the count to the Wild Things third baseman. 2 outs here in the top of the third. Joliet leads 3-0. Medic set. And the 0-1. That's high, ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. One thing we have seen for these Wild Things this year, 2-out rallies. They had a big one in Sunday's ball game, scoring 4 runs with 2 outs in the 4th inning of that game. Scored a total of 5 in that inning. Medic set the 1-1. And that's a called strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1-2, 2 outs here between the Washington Wild Things and the Joliet Slammers. Medic has his sign. He's set. And the 1-2 coming. And low, ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Deuces Wild, 2-2, 2 outs here from Silver Cross Field in Joliet, Illinois. Medic set. And the 2-2 pitch. Way inside, ball 3. Count goes full to Har, 3-2. Jimmy Yezzo on deck, 0 for 1 today, the first baseman for the Wild Things. Medic looks into Fletcher. Has his sign. He's set. And the 3-2. And shot foul at the plate. Count remains 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Wild Things down 3 here at the top of the third. 3-0 score. Joliet leads. Medic has his sign. He's set. And the 3-2. Way inside, ball 4. So a 2-out walk to Brian Har. Gives the Wild Things a base runner here. And a rig up Jimmy Yezzo. Yezzo, 0 for 1, flew out in his first at-bat. Yezzo playing first base tonight. Played it on Sunday as well. Went 0 for 5 in that game. Medic set. And the pitch coming. And that's in the dirt, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Wild Things trying to get on the board here in the top of the third, down 3. The 1 ball, no strike pitch from Medic. And this one grounded to second. Melvin Rodriguez has it, throws on to second base, and that's out number 3. 4-6 on the putout. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left after the walk. And after 2.5, the score. Joliet Slammers 3, your Washington Wild Things nothing. You're listening to Wild Things baseball coverage here on the MSA Sports Network.
You just never know how your day is going to go. The same old's true at Penn Station East Coast Subs. For some unsuspecting spuds, they start their day as Idaho potatoes, only to be transformed into hand-hewn fries. Unlucky for them, good for you. However, both your days get better because the fries get a sidle up next to a perfectly grilled Philly cheesesteak. Then, on their way to their final resting place, they get bathed in citric nectar, our signature lemonade. Wherever your day takes you, we recommend Penn Station be one of the stops.
We're back here on the MSA Sports Network's coverage of Washington Wild Things baseball. Wild Things currently down 3-0 in the bottom of the third to the Joliet Slammers. Brandon Hinkle out there for his third inning of work. Has calmed down since that first inning. Inning number 1, he gave up 4 straight singles to start the game, allowing 3 runs to score in that time frame. But one of those runs coming on his own mistake is he tried to throw a pickoff move over to first base. Jimmy Yezzo wasn't covering, and that allowed one of the runs to come in to score. But currently, down 3-0, Hinkle looking to rebound. He faces Jake Gronsky, Boo Vasquez, and Melvin Rodriguez to start the bottom of inning number 3. As Gronsky comes up 0 for 1 today, he flew out to Popkins over right his first at-bat. And hey fans, you know you can receive $100 when you open a new checking account with Clearview Federal Credit Union. Visit them at clearviewfcu.org for more details. Hinkle set the pitch. Hits a ball, 1 ball, no strikes. 1-0 the count for Hinkle. Trying to get out in front of these batters as the 1-0 is low, ball 2. Is he not able to do that here in the third with the leadoff guy Gronsky, as that was what got him in trouble back in the first inning. Here's the 2-0. This one line to left field, hooking and foul. Landing in that Washington Wild Things bullpen over there. The guy's trying to make the catch, 2 balls and a strike. Two and 1 the count. Nobody out here in the bottom of the third. Joliet leads 3-0. Hinkle set the 2-1. And that's outside, ball 3. 3 balls and a strike. And Hinkle in danger of walking the leadoff man. Set in the 3-1. This one grounded. Har, a nice scoop at third base. Throw on to first. And a nice play there by Brian Har to get the first out of the inning. Har ranging far to his left, able to grab that one on the sharp hop and make an accurate throw over to first base to get the first out in the game. First out of the inning. And that'll bring up Boo Vasquez, the right fielder. He walked his first time up. Hinkle looks into Serrano, has his sign, he's set. The pitch. And it's low, ball one. 1 ball, no strikes to count to Vasquez. Hinkle set in the 1-0. Low ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. So again, falling behind the second hitter here in the third. Vasquez 400, 1 homer, 3 RBIs on the season. The 2-0. This one shot fouled on the right field line, so 2 balls and a strike. Hinkle has had to labor through these first 3 innings of work here in Joliet. Getting into now 4 3-ball counts through the first 3 innings. He's set the 2-1. Checks his swing, but it's a called strike anyways. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Or 2 balls, 2 strikes, excuse me. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Joliet leads 3-0. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. His second strikeout of the game, and that's the second out of the inning. That was a fastball in the inside corner. Just blew it by Boo Vasquez for the out. That'll bring up the second baseman, Melvin Rodriguez. Rodriguez, initially the designated hitter in this game, switched to second base. Set the pitch. And high ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. The 1-0 from Hinkle. That's low ball 1. Or ball 2, excuse me. 2 balls, no strikes. 2-0. Joliet leads 3-0 here. 2 outs. In the bottom of the third, Hinkle set the pitch. And this one lined to left field. Coming in and making a sliding catch is Grant Fink for out number 3. An incredible sliding catch, and that will end the inning. 1, 2, 3 go the Slammers, and after 3 innings of work, the score, Joliet 3, Washington 0. You're listening to MSA Sports Network's coverage of Washington Wild Things baseball.
You just never know how your day is going to go. The same holds true at Penn Station East Coast Subs. For some unsuspecting spuds, they start their day as Idaho potatoes, only to be transformed into hand-hewn fries. Unlucky for them, good for you. However, both your days get better because the fries get to sidle up next to a perfectly grilled Philly cheesesteak. Then, on their way to their final resting place, they get bathed in citric nectar, our signature lemonade. Wherever your day takes you, we recommend Penn Station be one of the stops.
We're back here in the top of the 4th inning. Wild Things down 3-0 to the Joliet Slammers. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error for the Wild Things. No runs, or 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors for the Slammers. But last inning ended on a great diving catch by Grant Fink. As the ball was lined to right field, it was sinking. Fink able to go into a slide and make the catch inches above the ground. So great defensive play by Fink as Medic ready for his 4th inning of work on the mound. Been pretty good so far. A little hiccup at the 2nd inning after allowing a 1-out single and loading the bases on 2 2-out walks. But he's able to get out of that one. And Melvin Rodriguez at second base playing some good defense as he robbed John Cisnewski of a hit in the 2nd inning that would have gave the Wild Things at least 2. And he's been a key out there defensively. So Dave Popkins steps in to get things started here at the top of the 4th. Popkins singled back in that 2nd inning. 3-0 Joliet lead. Medic has his sign. He's set. And the pitch. And this one popped up. Foul territory to the right side, and it'll get into the lawn. No balls and a strike. 0-1 the count on Popkins. Popkins came into this one hitting 167, no homers and 1 RBI, or no homers, no RBI, excuse me. Popkins coming off a year in which he led the Frontier League in both home runs and RBIs with 20 and 46. Medic set in the 0-1. That's high, ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the 1-1. And this one lined to center field, and it'll fall in for a base hit. Popkins' second hit of the day. Gives the Wild Things a leadoff base runner. And Popkins wasting no time at the plate, seeing 2 pitches each time. So with nobody out and Popkins at first base, it'll bring up the left fielder Grant Fink, who just made an incredible catch to end the bottom of the third. Here's the pitch. Fink swing and a miss, no balls and a strike. See if the Wild Things can string together a couple of hits here. Medic set. Chucks Popkins at first. Here's the 0-1. That's inside, ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. 3-0 Joliet lead. Grant Fink the batter. Fink getting .222 on the season, no homers and an RBI. Medic set in the 1-1. And a called strike, 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1-2 the count. That outside corner's been given to both teams today. Medic checks Popkins at first, the 1-2. And grounded foul off to the left, so the count sticks at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Fink, a member of the Cleveland Indians organization a year ago. Lefty on righty. Joliet leads 3-0. Popkins the runner at first. Medic set. And the 1-2. And this one lined foul off into the lawn area, so the count will remain 1 ball, 2 strikes. Decent Tuesday night crowd here in Joliet, Illinois. About halfway filled here at Silver Cross Field. Train coming by in the background. The railroad tracks sit just beyond the stadium. Medic set in the 1-2. Swing and a miss, and Fink strikes out. The second time he struck it out today, and there is now 1 out and a runner at first for Scott Carcasey, the designated hitter. Carcasey, no official at bat yet. He walked his first time. Carcasey still looking for his first Wild Things hit. Entered the day 0 for 7 on the young season. Medic has his sign from Fletcher. He's set. Checks Popkins to the pitch. And a called strike. No balls and a strike. Carcasey didn't agree as that one just hit the inside corner. No balls, a strike, 1 out. Medic set. And checks Popkins. The 0-1 coming. And that's a called strike. No balls, 2 strikes. So Carcasey looks at 2 straights in the holdout. (3-0) Joliet lead. 1 out here in the top of the 4th. Wild Things have the leadoff man on. Here's the pitch. Outside, ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1-2 the count. Medic set. And the pitch coming. That's low ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here on Carcasey. Carcasey got the night off on Sunday as he played in the first 2 games of the Gateway Series. Medic has his sign from Fletcher. He's set. And the 2-2 coming. And ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Just off the plate on the outside corner. Eddie Serrano on deck. He walked his last time. And Carcasey calls time as looks like he has something in his eyes trying to get it out. And he has stepped back in. Popkins started this inning with a single. He currently sits at first, and Grant Fink struck out. So there's 1 out, runner at first. Medic set. And the 3-2 coming. Nope, throw over to first, and Hopkins back. Three balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Joliet leads 3-0 here in the top of the 4th. Medic has his sign. He's set. Checks first. And the pitch. And outside, ball 4. So another walk for Scott Carcasey after going down 0-2. And now the Wild Things have first and second with only 1 away for Eddie Sarando. Sarando, no official at bat for him either. He walked back in the second. Part of 2 2-out walks that loaded the bases. 1 out, first and second for your Wild Things. Down 3-0. Popkins the runner at second. Carcasey at first. Medic has the sign. He's set. Checks Popkins at second. And the pitch. And that's a called strike on Sarando. No balls and a strike. Sarando 0 for 4 on the season. Looking for his first hit, but has 3 walks. Medic set. The 0-1. And this one popped foul back behind the seats. No balls, 2 strikes. As we said, Sarando started the last 3 games after catcher Kyle Pollock was pulled in the second game of this series with an injury. Medic set. And the 0-2 pitch coming. Swung and grounded foul past Greg Langman at third base. The count remains 0-2. For the Wild Things upcoming schedule, 3 games here in Joliet today, tonight, and tomorrow. Tomorrow's game can be heard here on the MSA Sports Network. 11:05 a.m. first pitch. Educational day here at Silver Cross Field, so all the kids from the local schools will get out to see a baseball game. Here's the 0-2. High ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Good take there by Sarando, just above the letters. Sarando has shown great plate discipline through his first 3 games. Medic checks Popkins at second, the pitch. And this one hit the center field. Back goes White. He'll camp under it, and he will make the catch. Popkins, meanwhile, going from second to third. Here's the throw. There'll be no throw. So a fly out for Sarando. Popkins moves up to third, and the Wild Things have first and third here with 2 away for John Zizniewski. Zizniewski almost had a base hit that would have scored at least 1 for the Wild Things, but he was robbed by Melvin Rodriguez in the second. 3-0 Joliet lead here in the top of the 4th. Wild Things looking to get on the board. Popkins the runner at third. He started this inning off with a single. And Carcasey sits at first after he walked. Medic set. Pitch to Zizniewski. And this one lined to right field. Going back and making the catch is Boo Vasquez, and that will be out number 3. No runs for the Wild Things, 1 hit, no errors, and 2 left. After 3.5, the score. The Joliet Slammers 3, your Washington Wild Things nothing. You're listening to Wild Things Baseball right here on the MSA Sports Network.
PA Leadership Charter School is a proud sponsor of the Washington Wild Things. PALCS is a tuition-free online public school for K-12 students. PALCS can help your child hit a home run in their education through flexibility, student-to-teacher interaction, and socialization opportunities. Go to PALCS.org for more information. Go Wild Things!
PA Leadership Charter School. Lead, don't follow.
We're back here in the bottom of inning number 4. Your Wild Things currently trail the Joliet Slammers 3-0. As Brandon Hinkle on the mound for his 4th inning of work. Really calmed down since that first inning. Gave up 4 straight singles, allowed 3 runs. But ever since then, 1-2-3 last inning, allowed 1 hit and a walk in the second. And he was retired Joliet, so hopefully he can come out there and throw some innings for these Wild Things, not making them use the bullpen. And be sure to join us for the Wild Things home opener on Friday, May 20th, presented by 5 Generations Bakers. That home opener this Friday as the Wild Things open up Consol Energy Park against the Lake Erie Crushers. 3 games Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for the Wild Things, as it'll step Carter Bell to start things for the Joliet Slammers. 0 for 1 with a strikeout back in the first. That was a big strikeout for Brandon Hinkles. That ended that first inning. Here's the pitch. And a called strike, no balls and a strike. 0-1 the count. Hinkles set. And the pitch. And that's a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bell on the year, 286, no homers, 2 RBIs. As that one is high, 2-1. Just at the letters. 2 ball, 1 strike pitch. And that's outside, ball 3. 3 balls and a strike, and again, Hinkle falling behind a batter. That's been his problem today. Hinkle set the 3-1. This one, grounded to the left side, hard, nice range to his left. He'll throw to first, and that is out number 1. So 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. Another nice ranging play by Brian Haar, and that'll bring up the catcher, Casey Fletcher. Fletcher 0 for 1, grounded out the second, his first time up. And Hinkle, even though still getting behind batters, he's doing a nice job of getting guys out. The ball is being put in play. The Wild Things defense is getting it and making the outs. Hinkle set in the first pitch. And that's high, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. Hinkle's 1-0. And that's a ball, 2 balls, no strikes. Again, Hinkle falling behind. Hinkle set the 2-0. Swing and a miss, 2-1. Got him to chase 1 in the dirt. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. Joliet leads 3-0. Hinkle set the pitch. This one grounded to third. Haar handles it over there. He'll throw to first. And that's out number 2. So 2 away now for the Joliet Slammers, and that'll bring up the center fielder, Charlie White. White 2 for 2, a single and a double. Charlie White handling Brandon Hinkle lefty on lefty. Normally a good matchup for Hinkle, but White has taken advantage of his 2 at-bats today. Hinkle set the pitch. And this one's across. No balls and a strike. 0-1 the count. Hinkle working quickly on the mound as he's set, and the 0-1 coming. Swung on a miss. No balls, 2 strikes. 0-2, 2 outs. Joliet leads 3-0 over the Wild Things. They scored all 3 back in the first. Hinkle has a sign. He set the 0-2. And that's low, ball 1. Could get him to chase. 1 ball, 2 strikes. One and 2 the count. He's set the pitch. And that's inside, ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Joliet leads 3-0. As White stands in. 2-2, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. And that bounces at the plate. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Full count here. Phil Bates on deck for the Slammers. He's 1 for 2. Here in Joliet, Illinois, listening to the MSA Sports Network, I'm Zach Ziegler. Hinkle set, the 3-2 coming. And this one lined, fair ball down the right field line as it's just past the umpire. And it'll hop into the lawn. That'll be a ground rule double. And Charlie White didn't see the sign as he's sprinting hard for third. White's second double of the day, his 3rd hit. And that gives the Slammers a 2-out base runner. And with 2 away, that brings up the left fielder, Phil Bates. Bates 1 for 2 today with a single and a run scored. Hinkle looks into Serrano, has his sign, he's set, and the pitch. And inside, it gets away from Serrano. He didn't know where it was for a second. That'll allow White to move up to third. So maybe White seeing the future there as he ran hard around second before seeing the ground roll double side and now ends up at third anyways. One ball, no strikes, 2 outs. Joliet leads 3-0 here in the bottom of the 4th. 2 outs, runner at third. Hinkle set in the 1-0. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 the count on Bates. Hinkle set, the 1-1. And that's outside. Ball 2, maybe a little bit low. 2-1. And for Hinkle, he has struggled getting ahead of batters, but he has been able to get outs the last couple innings. See if he can get another big one here. The 2-1. That's in the dirt. Ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike. To Phil Bates, Alfredo Rodriguez steps on deck. He's 1 for 1 with a walk. Hinkle set the 3-1. And this one lined to center field. Austin ranging over, and he will make the catch. And that is out number 3. So no runs on a hit, no errors, and 1 man left. And after 4, the score. Joliet 3, your Washington Wild Things nothing. We'll be right back. You're listening to Wild Things Baseball here on the MSA Sports Network.
PA Leadership Charter School is a proud sponsor of the Washington Wild Things. PALCS is a tuition-free online public school for K-12 students. PALCS can help your child hit a home run in their education through flexibility, student-to-teacher interaction, and socialization opportunities. Go to PALCS.org for more information. Go Wild Things!
PA Leadership Charter School. Lead, don't follow.
We're back here on the MSA Sports Network's coverage of Washington Wild Things baseball. Currently in the top of the 5th, your Wild Things down 3-0. Still early, so got some time to get back into this game. Last inning looked like the Wild Things were going to make a threat as David Popkins started off the inning with a leadoff single. Then Grant Fink struck out, Scott Carcasey walked, and Eddie Serrano flew out, and John Cisnewski flew out to left. So we're top of the 5th. Medic still on the mound. Medic pitching very well. 2 rough innings in the 2nd and the 4th. See if we can get to him here in the 5th. He retired the Wild Things 1-2-3 in the 1st and faced 4 batters in the 3rd inning. 2 up for your Wild Things this inning. Top of the order again, Jamal Austin, Austin Wobrock, and Brian Haar. Hey fans, every Thursday night game during the 2016 season is Thirsty Thursday at Consol Energy Park, and it's all being brought to you by Frankie Eyes Bar and Grill, located by the Meadows Casino on Route 19. Join them to enjoy food and drink specials after the game, and don't forget Thursday's feature is Buck Beverages, both beer and soda, for just $1. So be sure to come out and enjoy Consol Energy Park opening day this Friday. Come out and support your Washington Wild Things. Jamal Austin comes to bat 0 for 2 in this one. Ground out to short and lined out to second base. One of Melvin Rodriguez's victims. And Melvin Rodriguez at second base and playing a great defensive game. Made a lot of outs for the Joliet Slammers. Rob Cisnewski took a hit away from Austin and making a couple nice routine plays. He's been big for Joliet out there at second base. Medic, the left-hander, looks into Fletcher as time is called. As we're waiting for one of the mascot race members to get off the field. And we are ready. Medic set. And the first pitch to Austin. And Austin hits this one to shallow right, hooking, and it will go foul into the lawn section. No balls and a strike. Austin, consistent at the plate. 1 for 4 in all 3 games. See if he can get on base here with nobody out. Speed threat, stole 9 bases for the Sussex County Miners a year ago. Medic set. And the 0-1. And this one hit foul as well, back into the seats. No balls, 2 strikes. Oh and 2. Medic set, and the pitch coming. And this one grounded to third, handled over there by Gronsky. He'll throw across the diamond to first, and that's out number 1. So 1 away here, and that'll bring up Austin Wobrock. Wobrock 0 for 2. Had a good offensive night on Sunday, going 3 for 5 with 3 singles. As Joliet up 3-0 here, 1 out in the top of the 5th for the Wild Things. Set in the pitch. And that's way inside, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes to count to Wobrock, the shortstop. Medic set. And the 1-0. That's a called strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 the count to Wobrock. Wobrock hitting 300 on the season. 3 for 10 coming into this game. Medic set in the pitch. That's outside, ball 2. Wobrock hit his first homer of the year on Monday. 4 homers for the Wild Things this year. 3 belong to Brian Harr, 1 to Austin Wobrock. Medic has his sign. He's set the pitch. And that's outside, ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Brian Harr, the on-deck batter. Lefty on lefty, Medic set. And the 3-1. Swung on and missed. 3 balls, 2 strikes. That one right at the knees. Good location there by Medic. 3-2 the count, 1 out. Medic has his sign. He's set. And the 3-2 coming. And this one hit foul and off to the left, so the count will remain 3-2. Wobrock, a .266 hitter a year ago with a homer and 31 RBIs. One of the returners to this Wild Things team. Medic set. And the 3-2. And this one chopped over the head of Medic. Fielded by the shortstop Alfredo Rodriguez. He throws on to first, and that is out number 2. So 2 away here. That brings up the third baseman Brian Harr. 0 for 1 with a strikeout and a walk. Harr, as we said, 3 home runs in the last two days. 2 of them coming on Sunday against the Gateway Grizzlies. Currently leads the league in home runs. Medic set. And the pitch to Harr. And this one hit the center field and deep. White going back at the track, and he will pull this one in for out number 3. So 1, 2, 3 go your Wild Things. And after 4.5, the score, Joliet 3, Washington nothing. You're listening to Washington Wild Things baseball right here on MSASports.net.
AAA members enjoy 24/7 roadside assistance, exclusive member-only discounts, expert travel assistance, free identity theft protection, and much more. With that AAA card in your wallet or purse, you have the peace of mind, safety, and security that only AAA membership can provide. Already a member? Don't forget to renew. Not a member? Join AAA today at any nearby office or online at AAA.com. AAA, we're always with you.
We're back here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Joliet Slammers lead your Washington Wild Things 3-0. Brandon Hinkle out on the mound for his 5th inning of work in a game that looked like he was going to be pulled in the first inning initially, as he gave up 4 straight singles to start the ballgame. 3 runs, but that's all he's allowed to this point, shutting down this Joliet offense the last 3 innings. See if he can do it again here in the 5th. So Hinkle out there again. That's a good thing because it gives your bullpen a chance to rest. They thought they were going to have to be called into action early here tonight And it turns out that they get a little bit more rest than they once anticipated. Every Friday night's fireworks night at Consol Energy Park. Enjoy a spectacular fireworks display after all Friday Night Wild Things home games this season. That includes opening day against the Lake Erie Crushers this Friday night. So be sure to come out and support Austin Wobrock, Jimmy Yezzo, Eddie Sarando, and the rest of your Washington Wild Things as they take on the Lake Erie Crushers. Stepping in for Joliet this inning, Alfredo Rodriguez. He's 0 for 1 with a walk and a 1 for 1 with a walk and a single. Excuse me. Hinkle set the first pitch. And that's a called strike. No balls and a strike. That's what we want to see here from Hinkle in the fifth, getting out in front of batters instead of being behind. He's set in the 0-1. And this one lined to center field. Coming in is Austin, and he will make the catch. A nice running grab there for out number 1. As Austin came in several feet to make that catch. That'll bring up the first baseman, Mark Flores. Flores 1 for 2 with a single and a stolen base. Flores came into this game batting .400. Here's the pitch. This one grounded to the right side and into right field, so a base hit. Flores' second hit of the day gives the Joliet Slammers a one-out base runner, and that'll bring up Jake Gronsky, the third baseman. Gronsky today 0 for 2. Top of the lineup and getting it done for the Joliet Slammers. The bottom of the lineup, though, kind of slacking. Bell, Fletcher, and Melvin Rodriguez are a combined 0 for 6. If you throw in Boo Vasquez, combined 0 for 7. Vasquez walked and reached base. Gronsky 0 for 2. Here's the pitch. And this one lined to left field and deep. Going back is Fink, and he will not make the catch as it bounces in front of the wall. Going to third is Flores. In comes the throw. He'll stay there. So Joliet has runners at second and third here with one away after the double by Gronsky. And Fink just nearly getting to that ball. Just got over the tip of his glove out there in left field. Bounced on the warning track. And that'll bring up Boo Vasquez. Vasquez today 0 for 1 with a walk. So second and third here. Joliet leads 3-0, one away. Infield comes in for the Wild Things. Hinkle set in the pitch. And a ball, 1 ball, no strikes. We saw this strategy work for the Wild Things in Gateway as the infield came in with runners at second and third. A sharp ground ball to Brian Haar was able to get the runner at the plate. Here's the 1-0. Swing and a miss, a ball and a strike. However, we said the 6 through 9 guys combined 0 for 7 to this point. Hinkle set the 1-1. Swing and a foul ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Looked like it hit off Sarando's shin guard there. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 out. Joliet leads 3-0. Hinkle has 2 strikeouts on the day. Be big if he can get another one. Hinkle set. And the 1-2 on the way. That's high, ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2-2, 1 out. Hinkle tried to get him to go out of the zone. Vasquez didn't oblige. Here's the 2-2. And that's inside, ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes, full count here. On deck, Melvin Rodriguez for the Slammers. Hinkle looks into Sarando. He's set. And the pitch. And that's low, ball 4. So bases full of Slammers here in the 5th. They lead 3-0, looking to add more. And that'll bring up Melvin Rodriguez. Rodriguez today 0 for 2. Bases full. If you're Hinkle, a strikeout would be big. There is action in the Wild Things bullpen as Greg Langbig coming out to the mound. We'll see if that'll be it for Hinkle. And it will be as Langbeck motions to the bullpen. Pitching change for your Washington Wild Things. And while they take a break, we will take a break. Here, you're listening to the MSA Sports Network's coverage of Washington Wild Things baseball. The score through 4.5. Joliet 3, Wild Things nothing.
You just never know how your day is going to go. The same old's true at Penn Station East Coast subs. For some unsuspecting spuds, they start their day as Idaho potatoes, only to be transformed into hand-hewn fries. Unlucky for them, good for you. However, both your days get better because the fries get to sidle up next to a perfectly grilled Philly cheesesteak. Then, on their way to their final resting place, they get bathed in citric nectar, our signature lemonade. Wherever your day takes you, we recommend Penn Station be one of the stops.
We're back here on the MSA Sports Network. Pitching change for the Washington Wild Things as Matt Frodden will take the hill, making his 2016 Frontier League debut and closing the book for now on starting pitcher Brandon Hinkle, still responsible for all of the men on base. Taking a look at Frodden, pitched for the Wild Things last year, 3-2 record, 3.27 ERA, 23 strikeouts, 12 walks in his 79 innings of work. So Matt Frodden making his 2016 Frontier League debut. And on Saturday, May 21st, the first 1,000 fans of the park will receive a t-shirt courtesy of Milan Lobs. Gates open at 6 p.m., so be sure to get there early. As the home opening series against the Lake Erie Crushers this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at Consol Energy Park. And with the bases loaded, Frodden enters a big situation. One out here. And he has to face Melvin Rodriguez. Rodriguez 0 for 2 today. As Melvin steps in. The infield is they're positioning themselves. Double play depth up the middle, in at the corners. They each have their signs. Ground ball to first or third, you'll likely see a throw to the plate. Ground ball to second or short, you'll see the throw go to second base. So Frodden in his first Frontier League action in 2016. Here's the pitch. Fouled off, no balls and a strike. 0-1 the count to the Slammers, second baseman. They lead 3-0. Base is full of Slammers here with one away. Frodden looks into Sarando. He has his sign. He's set. The 0-1. That's low. Nice block there by Sarando. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 the count. Frodden set. And the 1-1. And this one's fouled off. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1-2 the count. Joliet leads 3-0. Bases full of Slammers. Frodden has his sign from Sarando. He's set. Checks floors at third. The pitch. Swing and a miss. And he struck him out. A big strikeout for Matt Frodden in his first appearance in 2016. And that will have 2 away. Bases loaded for Carter Bell. Bell 0 for 2. He struck out today. Just what the doctor ordered if you're Matt Frodden. The corners will move back to regular depth as they look to get the out here. Frodden looks in. Has his sign from Sarando. He's set. Here's the pitch. This one. Blooped into right field, and that will fall for a base hit. Flores will score. Gronsky coming around. He will score 2 more for the Joliet Slammers. And the throw to the plate. And the 3rd run will score. As Boo Vasquez gets in there. 3 more runs for the Slammers, and they now lead 6-0. Just a bloop down that right field line, just over the glove of Jimmy Yezzo, and it falls. A double for Carter Bell. And the Slammers lead 6-0. That'll bring up Casey Fletcher, the catcher. Fletcher 0 for 2 with a ground out. The first hit for the 6 through 9 hitters. Fraud and set. First pitch. And it's low, ball one. 1 ball, no strikes. Bottom of the fifth. 6-0 Joliet leads. Fraudin has his sign. He's set. And the 1-0. That's low, ball two. 2 balls, no strikes. 2-0 the count. Fraudin looking to get out of this one. Got a big strikeout with the first batter, then allowed the double to Carter Bell. That scored 3 runs. Fraudin set. The 2-0. That's outside, ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. Crowd here at Joliet getting into this one. Trying to razzle Fraudin. Fraudin set. The 3-0. And just outside, ball 4. So a 4-pitch walk. And now Joliet has runners at first and second here with two away. That'll bring up Charlie White. White 3 for 3 today. 2 doubles and a single. And a run scored. Fraudin looking into Sarando. White has been a problem for the Wild Things today. He's set. And the pitch. And that's a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. 5 straight balls here from Fraudin after giving up the double to Carter Bell. Fraudin has a sign from Sarando. He's set. And the pitch coming. And that's a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count on White. Joliet leads 6-0 here in the bottom of the 5th. Cloudy day here in Joliet, Illinois. No rain, luckily, as we're on the natural grass field. Fraudin set. The pitch. And that's low, ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. So after retiring the first batter, Fraudin faced on a strikeout. He gave up a 3 RBI double to Carter Bell. Fraudin set. And the 2-1. Inside, ball 3. 3 balls and a strike. As Fraudin having trouble locating his pitches here. Games 2 and 3 in this series tomorrow and Thursday. Tomorrow's game can be heard on the MSA Sports Network. 11:05 a.m. first pitch. Trevor Foss will be on the mound for the Wild Things, making his second start of the season. Fraudin set the pitch. And that's low, ball 4. Bases are full of slammers here with 2 away. And that'll bring up Phil Bates, the 9th batter to hit in this inning. Bates today, 1 for 3. He singled back in the first, grounded out to short in the second, and flew out to center in the 4th. The pitch. In the dirt, nice block by Sarando. 1 ball, no strikes. Then if you're Fraudin, you got to find the strike zone here. Bases loaded, nowhere to put anybody. One ball, no strikes, 2 outs. Wild Things down 6 here in the bottom of the 5th. 6-0 Joliet lead. Fraudin set. The pitch. Checks a swing. That's a called strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. So this inning started off good as Alfredo Rodriguez flew out to center field, but then 2 hits and a walk loaded the bases. And then a 3 RBI double by Carter Bell scored them, as this one is low, ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. 2-1 the count after striking out the first man he faced. Fraudin has been having trouble finding the zone. He's set. The 2-1. And that's low, ball 3 in the dirt. Fraudin has to buckle down here and try to get this out. Alfredo Rodriguez on deck. He flew out to start the inning. Fraudin set. Has his sign. Checks second. Here's the pitch. And that's a called strike. 3 balls, 2 strikes, just hitting the corner. Big pitch coming here. Full count. Joliet leads 6-0. As Frauden tries to keep that lead right where it is. Looks into Serrano. He's set. And the 3-2. This one lined down the right field line. Foul, so the count will remain full at 3-2. There's a pile of kids jumping on the ball over there in the lawn territory. It's 3-2, 2 outs. Joliet leads 6-0. Frauden looks into Serrano, set. Here it comes. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. A big strikeout for Matt Frauden, but not before Joliet scores 3 runs in the inning on 3 hits, no errors, and 3 men left on base. After 5 innings of play, Joliet leads this one 6-0 over your Washington Wild Things. You're listening to Washington Wild Things baseball here on the MSA Sports Network.
You just never know how your day is going to go. The same old's true at Penn Station East Coast Subs. For some unsuspecting spuds, they start their day as Idaho potatoes, only to be transformed into hand-hewn fries. Unlucky for them, good for you. However, both your days get better because the fries get to sidle up next to a perfectly grilled Philly cheesesteak. Then, on their way to their final resting place, they get bathed in citric nectar, our signature lemonade. Wherever your day takes you, we recommend Penn Station be one of the stops.
We're back here on the MSA Sports Network. Going to the top of the 6th. Your Washington Wild Things down 6. 6-0 Joliet lead as they batted around last inning, sending 9 men to the plate, scoring 3 runs. It started with a fly out to center by Alfredo Rodriguez, followed by a single by Mark Flores, a double by Jake Gronsky, and a walk to Boo Vasquez that loaded the bases. That spelled the end of the night for Brandon Hinkle. Then Matt Frauden came in his 2016 debut, struck out the first man he faced, so with 2 outs, looked like they were going to get out of it, but a 3 RBI double by Carter Bell put the Joliet Slammers up by 6. It's 6-0. Then after 2 walks, Frauden was able to strike out Phil Bates to end the inning. Medic in the game, still his 6th inning of work coming up here. As you're listening to Washington Wild Things baseball here on the MSA Sports Network. Don't forget about the Antonio Brown Softball Challenge, which will be contested at Consol Energy Park on June 11th. Tickets for the event are available at the box office or online. For more information, give them a call at 866-456-WILD as Antonio Brown and some of your favorite athlete superstars will be in that game. That'll bring up Jimmy Yezzo to start this inning. Yezzo 0 for 2.
Leading off the inning for Washington, the first baseman, number 35, Jimmy Yezzo.
Medic set in the first pitch. And it's a strike. No balls and a strike on Yezzo. Medic set, and the 0-1. That's high, ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to the Wild Things first baseman. Medic set, and the 1-1 coming. This one fouled back, 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1-2, Joliet leads 6-0 here in the top of the 6th. Nobody out. Medic looks into his catcher, Fletcher. He's set. And the pitch. And this one lined to right center field. Going over is Vasquez, though, and he'll make the catch. So that's out number 1. Another hard hit ball by your Wild Things, but right at somebody. So with 1 away here. Comes up Dave Popkins will step in. Popkins 2 for 2 is the Joliet Slammers mascot right outside my booth here. 6-0 Joliet lead. Here's the first pitch to Popkins. Swung on and fouled away. No balls and a strike. The final line on Brandon Hinkle 4 2/3 innings pitched, 3 strikeouts, 4 walks, 8 hits, 6 runs, 5 earned. As this one is high ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Popkins leading the team offensively today. 2 hits. Here's the pitch. And this one line to right center field and deep. Going over is Vasquez, and he dives, and he can't make the catch as it falls at the base of the wall. Popkins will end up at second with a 1-out double, and the Wild Things have a man in scoring position here, 1 away. Popkins' 3rd hit of the night. That'll bring up Grant Fink, the left fielder, 0 for 2, 2 strikeouts today. So he looks to turn things around. Runner in scoring position for the Wild Things. Fink 1 RBI this year. Looks to add another one and get the Wild Things on the board. We've seen the Wild Things go on rallies already this year. See if they can conjure up another one here in the 6th. Medic looks in. Lefty on righty. He's set. And the pitch coming. And it's high ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes, the count to Fink. Fink 2 for 4 in Sunday's ball game. Medic set, and the 1-0. Swing and a miss, 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 the count, 1 out here. In the top of the 6th, Wild Things have a runner at second with 1 away. As Popkins doubled his 3rd hit. Medic looks in, has his sign, he's set, and the 1-1 coming. And that's way inside, ball 2. 2 balls and a strike to count to Fink. Fink hitting .222 coming into this game with a double and an RBI. Medic looking into Fletcher. Has his sign, he's set. Checks second, the 2-1. And this one popped foul into the seats. So the count goes even at 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Medic on the mound. Bend don't break. The story for him today. 2 innings where he got roughed up in the 2nd and the 4th, but still not allowing a run to score. So Wild Things looking to break through here in the 6th. Medic set. Checks Popkins the pitch. That's outside ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes the count. With Scott Carcasey on deck. No runs, 3 hits for the Wild Things. 6 runs, 9 hits for the Slammers. Medic checks second, the pitch. And that's ball 4. So 2 men on here with 1 out. That'll bring up Scott Carcasey, who has walked in his first 2 at-bats. And with that, action starts in the Joliet bullpen. Scott Carcasey, no official at-bat yet. 2 walks on the day. Looking for his first hit here in 2016. Medic looks into Fletcher. Has his sign, he's set. Checks Popkins at second. And the pitch coming. That's outside, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Medic has been in some tough situations today, has gotten out of them so far. See if the Wild Things can break through here in the 6th. Medic set. And the 1-0 on the way. Checks Popkins, kicks and deals. And Carcasey into right center field. That's a base hit. Popkins going to be waved around third. Here comes the throw to the plate. It's up the line. Popkins will score. And Fink gets into third. So with 1 out, a single for Scott Carcasey. His first hit of the year. Drives in a run for the Wild Things. It's now 6-1. Does a good job taking the ball and placing it in right field right in front of Boo Vasquez. We've seen a lot of those balls hit very hard that were snagged out there by Vasquez. This one not falling. And with that, Manager Jeff Esom coming to the mound, and it'll be a pitching change for Joliet. With that, we will take a break. Your score here, with one out in the top of the sixth, Joliet 6, Washington 1. We'll be right back. You're listening to MSA Sports coverage of Washington Wild Things baseball.
AAA members enjoy 24/7 roadside assistance, exclusive member-only discounts, expert travel assistance, free identity theft protection, and much more. With that AAA card in your wallet or purse, you have the peace of mind, safety, and security that only AAA membership can provide. Already a member? Don't forget to renew. Not a member? Join AAA today at any nearby office or online at AAA.com. AAA, we're always with you.
You just never know how your day is going to go. The same old's true at Penn Station East Coast subs. For some unsuspecting spuds, they start their day as Idaho potatoes, only to be transformed into hand-hewn fries. Unlucky for them, good for you. However, both your days get better because the fries get to sidle up next to a perfectly grilled Philly cheesesteak. Then, on their way to their final resting place, they get bathed in citric nectar, our signature lemonade. Wherever your day takes you, we recommend Penn Station be one of the stops.
We're back here on the MSA Sports Network's coverage of Washington Wild Things baseball. Pitching change for the Joliet Slammers. As on the mound now will be Mark Rutledge coming in. The 6'0", 185-pound right-hander. Hailing from Yaphank, New York. As he will come in for Joliet. Wild Things have runners at first and second here, with one out after Dave Popkins, a one-out single, or one-out double got things going with a runner in scoring position. Grant Fink walked, and Scott Carcase's first hit of the 2016 season drove in Popkins to make the score 6-1. For Rutledge, he got the loss in his first appearance, has a 2.25 ERA, 6 strikeouts, no walks, 2 runs allowed, 1 earned. Or 2 hits, 1 run. It was earned in 2 games. He pitched 4 innings. So it's his third appearance of the season. Not his first. He's 0-1. And coming up, Eddie Sarando for the Washington Wild Things. He's also looking for his first hit of the 2016 season. Sarando 0-1 with a walk on the evening. So Wild Things looking to do some damage here to this 6-1 lead. That's the key. You got to keep chopping away at this score. And if you haven't heard, country artist Chris Young will be in concert at Consol Energy Park on August 25th. Tickets are available for that one at Ticketmaster.com. So Rutledge on the mound for the Slammers. Grant Fink the runner at third. Scott Carcase at first after his RBI single. Sarando the batter. Sarando 0-1 with a walk, looking for his first hit. Throw over to first. And Carcase just gets back in there. Quick move by Rutledge. Wild Things in their red jerseys with the white numbers and the gray pants. Another throw over. And Carcase back again. Rutledge has a very nice move to first base. Very quick as Carcase has to watch over there at first. For Sarando, limited action for the Wild Things last year. Played in 4 games at .429. Doesn't have a hit yet this season, but has 4 walks. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to second. Handled over there by Melvin Rodriguez. The second for 1 on to first, and they get the double play. 4-6-3, Melvin Rodriguez haunting the Wild Things again. But the Wild Things do get 1 run in the inning on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 men left on. After 5.5, the score, Joliet 6, Washington 1. You're listening to MSA Sports coverage of Washington Wild Things baseball right here on the MSA Sports Network.
PA Leadership Charter School is a proud sponsor of the Washington Wild Things. PALCS is a tuition-free online public school for K-12 students. PALCS can help your child hit a home run in their education through flexibility, student-to-teacher interaction, and socialization opportunities. Go to PALCS.org for more information. Go Wild Things!
PA Leadership Charter School. Lead, don't follow.
We're back here in the bottom of the 6th. Wild Things get on the board, still trailing by 5. 6-1 the score. here in the bottom of inning number 6. Matt Frodden coming back out after coming in to get 2 outs in the 5th inning. Joliet Slammers added 3 runs in that 5th inning after a flyout by Alfredo Rodriguez. A single by Mark Flores and a double by Jake Gronsky set runners up at first and second and third with 1 out, followed by a walk by Boo Vasquez to load the bases. Then Frodden was called upon. He struck out the first man he faced in the inning, but allowed a bloop 3-run double to Carter Bell just over the outstretched glove of Jimmy Yezzo at first base. That scored 3 runs for the Slammers and put them ahead 6-0. Frodden would walk Casey Fletcher and Charlie White, but then would end the inning by striking out Phil Bates. So do up this inning for the Slammers: Alfredo Rodriguez, Mark Flores, and Jake Gronsky. You're listening to MSA Sports coverage of Washington Wild Things baseball. And Sundays are Kids Club days at Colorado Energy Park. Children 12 and under can join the club for free. They get lots of perks, including a t-shirt, giveaway items, and free tickets to all Kids Club days. For more information, log on to WashingtonWildThings.com or call the box office at 855-456-WILD. The Kids Club is sponsored by Kona Ice, Med Express, PA Leadership Charter School, Pepsi, and Frito-Lay. First pitch in the inning is fouled back for a strike. No balls and a strike to Rodriguez. Rodriguez in this one 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. Frodden set, the 0-1. Swung on and grounded to short. Wobrock will play it, throw over to first, and that is out number 1. Quickly one away for Frodden here in the bottom of the 6th, and that'll bring up Mark Flores, the first baseman. Flores 2 for 3 with 2 singles, a run scored, and a stolen base. As Flores steps in, 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. Wild Things down 6-1 to the Joliet Slammers. Frodden set. Here's the pitch. And this one popped up on the infield. Wobrock calling everyone off, and he will make the catch. That's out number 2. So 3 pitches and 2 outs here for Frodden in the 6th, and that'll bring up Jake Gronsky. Gronsky today 1 for 3 with a double and a run scored. For the Wild Things, quick turnaround tomorrow is the game scheduled for 11:05 a.m. Eastern Time here on the MSA Sports Network. Trevor Foss will be on the hill for your Wild Things, making his 2nd start of the season. Frodden set the first pitch. And it's a called strike. No balls and a strike. 0-1 on Gronsky, the third baseman for the Wild Things. Or for the Slammers, excuse me. Frodden set in the 0-1. This one grounded to second. Zizniewski has it, throws it to first, and that's out number 3. So Frodden makes quick work of the Slammers here in the 6th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, none left. And after 6, the score, Joliet 6, Washington 1. We'll be right back. You're listening to Washington Wild Things baseball here on the MSA Sports Network.
AAA members enjoy 24/7 roadside assistance, exclusive member-only discounts, expert travel assistance, free identity theft protection, and much more. With that AAA card in your wallet or purse, you have the peace of mind, safety, and security that only AAA membership can provide. Already a member? Don't forget to renew. Not a member? Join AAA today at any nearby office or online at AAA.com. AAA, we're always with you.
We're back here on the MSA Sports Network, entering the 7th inning in this one. Your Wild Things down 6-1. Mark Rutledge out there on the mound, taking his 2nd inning of work here for the Joliet Slammers. Final line on starter Spencer Medic: 5 1/3, 3 strikeouts, 5 walks, 4 hits, 1 run, 1 earned. So a good start for Medic. Just roughed up a little bit there in the 6th inning as the Wild Things scored their first run after a fly out by Jimmy Yezzo to start the inning. Dave Popkins, his 3rd hit of the day, doubled, and then Grant Fink walk, and Scott Carcasey had his first Wild Things hit of the season. It scored Popkins and put the Wild Things on the board 6-1. Our score as it stands. Wild Things have a chance to add more, but Eddie Sarando grounded out to a 4-6-3 double play to end the inning. Up for the Wild Things this inning, John Zizniewski, Jamal Austin, and Austin Wobrock. As we get ready here, Silver Cross Field in Joliet, Illinois. I'm Zach Ziegler. You're listening to the MSA Sports Network. Joliet, a nice little town. I had lunch at this Route 66 diner. Very good. A lot of good eateries here in Joliet, Illinois. Nice little town, about an hour outside of Chicago. As Zizniewski steps in. Zizniewski 0 for 2 on the day. Robbed of a hit in his first at-bat, and then flew out to left field last time. Rutledge looks in. He's setting the pitch. That's high and outside. Ball 1 to Zizniewski. 1-0 the count. Wild Things down by 5. Looking to rally here in the late innings. Rutledge looks into Fletcher. He's setting the pitch. And that's outside. Ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. Or 2 balls, no strikes, excuse me, as Zizniewski gets ahead here. It'll be Zizniewski, Austin, and Wobrock due up for the Wild Things. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. 2 balls and a strike. That ball in the outside corner. 2-1. Zizniewski, as we said, a big chance in the second inning, but got robbed by Melvin Rodriguez at second base. Here's the pitch. That's high. Ball 3. 3 balls and a strike. Let's see if the Wild Things get the leadoff man on for the 3rd time today. The leadoff man reached in the 2nd and the 4th inning as well. Here's the pitch. And a called strike. Just hit the outside corner. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out. John Zizniewski, the leadoff man here in the 7th. Rutledge setting the pitch. And that's low, ball 4. So the leadoff man reaches for the 3rd time today. And the Wild Things have a runner at first with nobody out for Jamal Austin. And you could say Austin is due here. He was 1 for 4 in the first 3 games this series. See if he can continue that trend. Get on base for the Wild Things. Coming into the game, hitting .250. Throw over to first. Zizniewski back. We talked about it last inning. Rutledge has that nice move over to first base. So if you're taking your lead out there, you got to watch. Rutledge set. First pitch to Austin. Swung on a miss. No balls and a strike. 0-1 the count. Austin 0 for 3 today. Rutledge looks into Fletcher. And he steps off. Doesn't like the signs. Joliet leads 6-1 here over the Wild Things from Silver Cross Field, top of the 7th. Rutledge set, the 0-1. That's inside, ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count to the Wild Things center fielder. Rutledge, throw over to first. And Zizniewski just does get back in there. Another nice move by Rutledge. One ball, 1 strike. As Austin steps out to fix his gloves. And he steps back in. Joliet leads 6-1, top 7. Zizniewski at first base. Rutledge looks at him. He's set. The 1-1. And this ball fouled back into the seats. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Austin. 1-2, last 3 innings. Wild Things still not quite out of it, down 5. They can get back into this game. If Austin can get on here, there'll be a long way to doing so. Rutledge checks Zizniewski at first. Here's the 1-2. That's outside, ball 2. Good take by Austin. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Rutledge tried to get him fishing as that ball was a little low. 2-2 the count. The pitch. Foul back. Count remains 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out. Wisniewski at first after he walked to start the inning. Rutledge looks in. Has the sign. He's set. The 2-2 coming. Checks his swing. Did he go around? No, says the field umpire. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Austin Wobrock on deck. That ball a little high. Wisely laying off is Austin. 3-2. Nobody out. Rutledge set the pitch. Swing and a miss. And Austin strikes out. That's the first out of the inning. That'll bring up the shortstop, Austin Wobrock. Wobrock 0 for 3 today, as he's looking to come through. Hit his first home run of the season on Sunday. Driving in 3 runs in that game. 3 for 5. His only 3 hits of the year. Wobrock looking to come through. Rutledge checks Wisniewski at first. He's set. And the pitch. Wobrock hits this one foul down the left field line, so no balls and a strike. For the Wild Things, if Wobrock can get on here, on deck is the power threat and Brian Haar. So give Haar a chance with runners in scoring position if Wobrock can get on. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Here at the top of the 7th. Slammers lead 6-1 over the Wild Things. Rutledge looks in. He's set. The 0-1. That's inside ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Wild Things down 6-1. It's Rutledge. Checks Wisniewski at first. He's set. The 1-1. Wobrock swing and a miss as he goes chasing. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Righty on lefty from Silver Cross Field in Joliet, Illinois. First of a 3-game series between your Wild Things and the Slammers. Today, tomorrow, and Thursday are the games. Rutledge looks in. Checks Wisniewski at first. He's set. Pitch coming. Grounded up the middle. And that'll get through. Base hit. So runners now at first and second here for the Wild Things with only 1 away. And up comes Brian Haar. Second in the league in RBIs coming into this one. First in home runs. See if he can come through in a big situation for the Wild Things. 2 homers on Sunday. 2 for 4. He's our guest on the pregame show today. See what he can do as Casey Fletcher goes out to talk to his pitcher Rutledge. And fans, Clearview Federal Credit Union has bank branches in Canonsburg, McMurray, and all over southwestern Pennsylvania. Visit clearviewfcu.org to find one near you. 1 out, runners at first and second for the Wild Things. Top 7 down 6-1. Rutledge looks in. Has his sign. He's set. And the pitch to Haar. And a called strike. No balls and a strike. Just hit that outside corner. Haar today 0 for 2 with a walk. Looks to come through for the Wild Things. Rutledge set. The pitch. And this one popped foul into the seats. No balls, 2 strikes. 0-2 the count. Wild Things down 5, but threatening here in the 7th. Runners at first and second. 1 away. Rutledge looks at a Fletcher. Big opportunity here for Haar to come through. Rutledge set. The 0-2 coming. That's way outside ball 1. Good take. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 out. Slammers lead 6-1 over the Wild Things. Rutledge wants to go over the signs again as he steps off. Silver Cross Field here in Joliet, Illinois. Slammers up 6-1. But Haar at the plate. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, and Har strikes out. That's out number 2. 2 away, still a chance for the Wild Things as Jimmy Yezzo comes up. The cleanup man. Yezzo today 0 for 3. Flew out to right in his first at bat, grounded out to second, and flew out to left. Only 1 hit on the year for Yezzo, but it was a big one. And on opening day, giving them insurance run in their 4-3 victory. Rutledge looks in. He's set. Checks Wisniewski at second, the pitch. Swung on and chopped foul to the right. No balls and a strike. 0-1 the count for the Wild Things first baseman. Yezzo, the 6-foot, 205-pound Cherry Hill, New Jersey native. One of the returners on this Washington Wild Things team. Rutledge looks in. He's set. The 0-1 coming. And a called strike. No balls, 2 strikes. 0-2, 2 outs. Wild Things trying to start a rally here, but fading fast. Wisniewski walked to start the inning. Jamal Austin struck out. Austin Wobrock singled, and then Brian Har struck out. Rutledge looking in. Steps off, doesn't like the sign. Rutledge now set. The 0-2 coming. In the dirt, ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nice discipline there by Yezzo. If you're Yezzo, you can't hit a 5-run home run. So just put the ball in play and see what happens. You do not want to strike out here. Rutledge looks into Fletcher. Wisniewski the runner at second. Wobrock at first. Here's the pitch. Grounded to short. Rodriguez has it. He'll throw to first, and that is out number 3. No runs for the Wild Things on 1 hit, no errors, and 2 left. And after 6.5, the score, Joliet 6, Washington 1. You're listening to Washington Wild Things Baseball here on the MSA Sports Network.
You just never know how your day is going to go. The same holds true at Penn Station East Coast Subs. For some unsuspecting spuds, they start their day as Idaho potatoes, only to be transformed into hand-hewn fries. Unlucky for them, good for you. However, both your days get better because the fries get a sidle up next to a perfectly grilled Philly cheesesteak. Then, on their way to their final resting place, they get bathed in citric nectar, our signature lemonade. Wherever your day takes you, we recommend Penn Station be one of the stops.
We're back here on the MSA Sports Network's coverage of Washington Wild Things baseball. Wild Things currently down 6-1 as we go to the bottom of the 7th. 7th inning stretch here at Silver Cross Field. And your Wild Things threatened last inning as John Wisniewski started the inning with a walk. Then Jamal Austin struck out with Wisniewski on first, followed by a Wobrock single. That brought up the man who's second in the Frontier League coming in today with 6 RBIs, and Brian Har, but he struck out, and then Jimmy Yezzo grounded out to end the inning. So score sits at 6-1. Thanks for tuning in here at MSA Sports Network. Be sure to tune in tomorrow as well. First pitch 11:05 a.m. between the Washington Wild Things and the Joliet Slammers. Game 2 of this 3-game series. Trevor Foss will be on the hill for your Washington Wild Things. And hey fans, Washington County's got something for you. Indoors, outdoors, history, sports, gaming, shopping. This is the place for your next adventure. Brought to you by Washington County Tourism Promotion Agency. Visit them at visitwashingtoncountypa.com. So we get ready to start the bottom of the 7th. Due up here for the Slammers, Boo Vasquez, Melvin Rodriguez, and Carter Bell. As Matt Frauden will be on the hill again. No action in the Wild Things bullpen, so manager Greg Langman's going to let him go. Frauden set the pitch. And it's a strike. No balls and a strike. 0-1 to start the inning, and Frauden, a little shaky when he came in, but 1-2-3 last inning. See what he does here in the 7th. Here's the pitch. That's inside ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. little bit of stirring down there in the Wild Things bullpen, but nobody up and throwing. This guy's meandering around. Here's the 1-1. That's outside, ball 2. 2 balls and a strike to the Slammers right fielder. Oh, and 2 the count. Frauden looks into Sarando the pitch. And this ball popped up. Brian Haar going over foul territory off to the left, over towards the tarp, and he will make the catch. That's out number 1. So a 4-pitch at bat for Boo Vasquez gets the Wild Things an out. That'll bring up Melvin Rodriguez, the second baseman. Rodriguez today 0 for 3 at the plate, but a big part of this game is he made some big defensive outs for the Joliet Slammers, stopping some Wild Things rallies. 1 run, 6 hits, 1 error for the Wild Things. 6 runs, 9 hits, no errors for the Slammers. The pitch. And this one into left field, that's a base hit. So first pitch swinging for Rodriguez, and he gets on. So Joliet has a runner at first here with 1 out. And that'll bring up Carter Bell, the designated hitter. 1 for 3, but his hit was huge back in the 5th inning. A 3 RBI double that put this lead at 6 for the Joliet Slammers. The Wild Things have since responded with a run in the 6th inning, but nothing else. Carter Bell the batter. 1 for 3. Frauden checks Melvin Rodriguez at first. And the pitch. And it's low, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes the count. Righty on righty, Matt Frauden versus Rodriguez. Frauden's first appearance here in 2016. He's set. And the 1-0. And that's low, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. 2-0, 1 out here. In the bottom of the 7th, Joliet leads 6-1. Frauden set the pitch. And that's inside, ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes, 1 out. On deck for the Slammers, Casey Fletcher, the catcher. Here's the pitch, and that's inside, ball 4. So a 4-pitch walk to Carter Bell following the single gives the Slammers runners at first and second here with 1 away, and that brings up the catcher, Casey Fletcher. Fletcher lefty versus the right-hander Frauden. And manager Greg Langman coming out of the mound, as someone has gotten up and thrown in the Wild Things bullpen. So this will be a meeting between Frauden and his manager Langman. And taking a look at the standings so far early on in the season. In the East Division, the Lake Erie Crushers are in first place currently, a record of 2-0, followed by the Windy City Thunderbolts at 3-1. Your Washington Wild Things sit at third with a record of 2-1. The Traverse City Beach Bums at 1-2 and fourth. Schaumburg Boomers sit in fifth, their record also 1-2. And the Joliet Slammers round out the division. They sit at 1-3. In the West Division, the Normal Corn Belters, Southern Illinois Miners, and Evansville Otters all tied for first with a record of 2-1. The Gateway Grizzlies and Florida's Freedom tied for fourth. Their records sit at 1-2. And the River City Rascals round things out. They have a record of 0-2. Frauden set, checks Rodriguez at second, the pitch. This one popped foul. No balls and a strike to Fletcher. Fletcher on the day 0 for 2 with a walk. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Bottom 7. Joliet leads 6-1. Frauden set. And the pitch coming. Ground into second. Cisnewski ranging. Gets it. No play at second, so he'll take the sure out at first. And that is out number 2. 4-3 on the putout. Runners move up to second and third. That'll bring up Charlie White. White on the day 3 for 3. 2 doubles, a single, and a walk. Charlie White has provided good offense at the top of the lineup for the Slammers. 3 for 3, looking for his 4th hit. Runners at second and third. Lefty versus righty. Frauden set, and the pitch. Low ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. Joliet leads 6-1. Bottom of the 7th. Frauden's first appearance in 2016. So there's action in the Wild Things bullpen. Frauden has his sign. He's set the pitch. That's low ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Two 2-0 the count. Charlie White, 3 hits on the day. Joliet leads 6-1. Frauden looks in. He has his sign. He's set. Checks the runner at third. The pitch. Checks the swing. Did he go around? No, says the home plate umpire. Ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes to count. Runners sit at second and third. Frauden looks into Sarando. Has his sign. He's set. And the pitch. In called strike. 3 balls and a strike. Just off the inside corner. Frauden in danger of loading the bases. Phil Bates on deck. Frauden looks in. He's set. The 3-1 coming. Called strike 3. Or called strike 2. Sorry, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Just on that outside corner. 3-2. 2 very close pitches. 3-2. 2 outs. Wild Things down 5. Frauden set. The 3-2. And that's ball 4 just off the plate. So that's a walk, and the bases are now loaded for the Slammers here with 2 away. That brings up Phil Bates. Bates 1 for 4 on the night with a strikeout, a ground out, a fly out, and a single. So Frauden again dealing with a bases loaded situation like he did back in the 5th. With 2 outs, got the man to strike out. And that was Phil Bates. Frauden set. The first pitch. In the dirt. Nice block by Sarando. 1 ball, no strikes. One 1-0. Frauden on the mound. Wild Things down 6-1. Slammers threatening to add more. Frauden looks in. Has his sign. He's set. Pitch coming. And a ball. 2 balls, no strikes. Just off the inside corner. 2-0, and Frauden in danger. Got to throw a strike here, 2-0. Frauden set. The 2-0 coming. And that's a called strike. 2 balls and a strike. He hit that inside corner this time. 2-1. Here from Silvercross Field, Joliet, Illinois. You're listening to the MSA Sports Network. Frauden set. The 2-1. And that's low. Ball 3. Frauden in danger now of walking in a run. Alfredo Rodriguez on deck. Frauden looks into Sarando. He's set. Checks third. The 3-1. And this one hit the center field. Zizniewski goes back, drifting into right, and he will make the catch, and that retires the side. So no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 2 men left on. Or 3 men left on, excuse me. After 7, Joliet leads this one 6-1. You're listening to Washington Wild Things Baseball right here on the MSA Sports Network.
PA Leadership Charter School is a proud sponsor of the Washington Wild Things. PALCS is a tuition-free online public school for K-12 students. PALCS can help your child hit a home run in their education through flexibility, student-to-teacher interaction, and socialization opportunities. Go to PALCS.org for more information. Go Wild Things!
PA Leadership Charter School. Lead, don't follow.
We're back here, top 8. Wild Things down 5, 6-1. The score, Joliet leads. over your Washington Wild Things. Due up this inning, Dave Popkins, Grant Fink, and Scott Carcasey. Looking at the upcoming schedule for your Washington Wild Things, after this 3-game series at Joliet, they come home to take on the Lake Erie Crushers Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Then 2 off days, Monday and Tuesday, followed by a doubleheader with the Traverse City Beach Bums on Wednesday the 25th, and a single game on Thursday the 26th before traveling to Schaumburg the 27th through the 29th to take on the Boomers. Mark Rutledge again out there for another inning of work as he came in to relieve pitcher Spencer Medic in the 5th inning. He relieved Medic, in inning number 6, getting Sarando to ground into a double play to end that inning. They'll face Popkins, Fink, and Carcasey. Popkins 3 for 3 on the day. After a slow start to the season, he came into this one batting 167. A total of 1 hit and 13 at-bats. He has 3 today. Set the pitch. That's inside ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes to count to the Wild Things right fielder. Top 8 here at Silver Cross Field. Wild Things down 6-1 to the Slammers. Rutledge set the pitch. That's high, ball 2. Or ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. No, 2 balls, no strikes. I was right. 2-0 the count to the Wild Things right fielder. Rutledge set the pitch. And that's a ball. 3 balls, no strikes. So it's 4 hits on the day. Or 3 hits on the day. Rutledge hasn't seen anything. Here's the 3-0. And that's a called strike just on the outside corner. 3 balls and a strike. 3-1, nobody out. Top 8. Wild Things down 5. The pitch. Swung on a miss, 3-2. Big cut there by Popkins. 3 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Wild Things trying to get back in this one. Rutledge set the pitch. And that's low ball 4. So Popkins walks, and the Wild Things have the leadoff base runner on for the 4th time in today's game. And that'll bring up the left fielder, Grant Fink. Fink today 0 for 2 with a walk. Reached 3rd in that 6th inning, did not come around. Rutledge set. First pitch to Fink. And Fink fouls this one off. No balls and a strike. 0-1 the count to the Wild Things left fielder. Popkins, the runner at first, he walked to lead off the inning. Rutledge looks in. Throw over to first, and Popkins back. Popkins, no stolen bases this year for the Wild Things. Last year he had 4. So not that much of a threat to run, but still got to keep an eye on him. Rutledge set the pitch. And this one, a fly ball to right field. Over is Vasquez, and he will make the catch. That's out number 1. 1 away here in the top of the 8th. Wild Things down 6-1, and that brings up Scott Carcasey, his first Wild Things hit of the 2016 season. A big one as he drove in Dave Popkins back in the 6th. He's 1 for 1 with a walk. Carcasey looks to get on here. Eddie Sarando on deck. Rutledge checks Popkins at first. He's set, and the pitch coming. And this one, grounded to second base. Charging is Melvin Rodriguez. Flips to second for 1. That's all they're going to get. So Carcasey reaches on the fielder's choice. 4-6 on the putout. Runner at first here. 2 away, and that'll bring up Eddie Sarando, the catcher. Eddie today 0 for 2 with a walk. Hit into a double play his last time Sarando looking for his first hit of the 2016 season. Came into today 0 for 4 with 3 walks. Added another walk today. Rutledge set the pitch. And that's a strike. No balls and a strike. 0-1 the count on Sarando. Sarando limited action for the Wild Things last year. 429 hitter. No homers, no RBIs. Did double in only 4 games played. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. No balls and 2 strikes. 0-2 the count on the Wild Things catcher. Wild Things down 5, 6-1. Here at the top of the 8th. And Rutledge steps off. Looks Carcasey back to first. Carcasey leads. Rutledge set. The 0-2 coming. Here it is. And low, ball 1. Good take by Sarando. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And we talked about it before. The one thing we've seen from Sarando this year at the plate, very good plate discipline. Doesn't swing at many pitches outside the strike zone. Rutledge set. The 1-2 pitch. That's inside, ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs here. John Wisniewski, the batter, on deck. Rutledge looks into Fletcher. Has his sign. He's set. The 2-2 coming. And this one fouled back. Count remains 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes to count. 2 away. Eddie Sarando, 0 for 2 with a walk. Scott Carcasey, the runner at first. He reached on a fielder's choice. Rutledge set. And the 2-2 coming. And foul back. Count remains 2-2. Just staying alive on that one. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs here top of the 8th from Silver Cross Field in Joliet, Illinois. Rutledge looking into Fletcher. He has a sign. He's set. Checks Carcasey at first and the pitch. Checks his swing. High, ball 3. Good take there by Sarando, making Rutledge throw a lot of pitches. Here with 2 outs in the 8th. Rutledge came in the bottom of the 6th. At that point, the Wild Things had runners at first and third with only 1 man away, and he got Sarando to ground out into a double play to end that threat. Here's the pitch. Outside, ball 4. So Sarando will walk. That gives Wild Things runners at first and second here with 2 outs for John Wisniewski. Wisniewski today 0 for 2. He walked in his last at-bat. See if he can do something here with a runner in scoring position. Wild Things down 6-1. Looking for some life. Rutledge set. The first pitch to Wisniewski. And that's a called strike on the outside corner. No balls and a strike. 0-1 the count here. Top 8. Wild Things down 6-1. That 1 run coming back in the 6th inning. Rutledge is set. The 0-1 coming. And this one fouled away into the lawn area. No balls, 2 strikes. Another 2-strike count. See if Wisniewski can work his way on base or get a hit. Carcasey stands at second. He reached on a fielder's choice. Eddie Sarando at first. He reached on his 2nd walk. It's now 5 walks on the year. 4 walks of the year for Eddie Sarando. Here's the pitch from Rutledge. Swing and a miss, and Wisniewski strikes out. That will end the inning. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and 2 men left. And after 7.5, the score, Joliet 6, Your Washington Wild Things won. We'll be right back. You're listening to Wild Things Baseball here on the MSA Sports Network.
You just never know how your day is going to go. The same old's true at Penn Station East Coast subs. For some unsuspecting spuds, they start their day as Idaho potatoes, only to be transformed into hand-hewn fries. Unlucky for them, good for you. However, both your days get better because the fries get to sidle up next to a perfectly grilled Philly cheesesteak. Then, on their way to their final resting place, they get bathed in citric nectar, our signature lemonade. Wherever your day takes you, we recommend Penn Station be one of the stops.
We're back here on the Wild Things Radio Network. Another pitching change here for the Wild Things, as that'll spell the end of the night for Matt Frauden. As the Wild Things down 6-1. And it'll be Tyler Garko taking over. Garko appearing in his first game of the 2016 Frontier League season. The only pitcher not to make an appearance at this point, Garko. And he didn't play baseball last year. In 2014, he pitched for the Roswell Invaders. Went 4-5 with a 3.64 ERA, 92 strikeouts, and 21 walks. So that strikeout number really jumping out at you with Garko, as he takes the mound for the first time here in 2016 Frontier League action. And he will be facing Alfredo Rodriguez, Mark Flores, and Jake Gronsky here in the 8th, trying to keep the score right where it is at 6-1. So Garko finishing his warm-up tosses. And fans, Sundays are Kids Club days at Consol Energy Park. Children 12 and under can join the club for free. They get lots of perks, including a t-shirt, giveaway items, and free tickets to all Kids Club days. For more information, log on to WashingtonWildThings.com or call the box office at 855-456-WILD. Those Kids Club is sponsored by Kona Ice, Med Express, PA Leadership Charter School, Pepsi, and Frito-Lay. Alfredo Rodriguez will step in here to lead things off for the Slammers in the bottom of the 8th. Rodriguez today, 1 for 3 with a walk. Garko set. Here's his first pitch. And that's inside, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes to Alfredo Rodriguez. Garko setting the pitch. The 1-0's outside, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Garko got the start in the first spring training game for these Washington Wild Things, as he's setting the 2-0. Swing and a miss, 2 balls and a strike. 2-1 the count. Garko looks in. He's setting the 2-1. This one fouled away. Count goes even to 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes here from Silver Cross Field. Joliet leads your Wild Things by a score of 6-1. Garko setting the pitch, and a swing and a miss. He strikes him out, and that's out number 1. We saw it when he came in, 92 strikeouts a year ago, or 2 years ago, for the Roswell Invaders in 2014. That was in 79 innings pitched for Garko, so he can strike out a lot of guys, as that brings up Mark Flores. Flores today, 2 for 4. Garko setting the pitch. That's outside, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes to count. 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th. Joliet leads 6-1 over your Wild Things. Here's the pitch. And it's a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Garko looks into Sorondo. He's setting the pitch. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes as Garko gets ahead of Flores here. Flores, as we said, 2 for 4. 2 singles and a stolen base and a run scored. Here's the 1-2. That's high, ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out here in Joliet, Illinois. Garco looking into Sarando. He doesn't like the sign. Final line on Matt Frauden. 2 2/3 innings pitched, 1 strikeout, 3 walks, 2 hits, no runs, no earned. Here's the pitch from Garco. And a called strike 3, the second strikeout of the inning for Tyler Garco. And they are quickly 2 away here in the 8th. Garco has come out and struck out the first 2 men he's faced here in inning number 8. And that'll bring up Jake Gronsky. Gronsky 1 for 4. Garco set. And looking in for Sarando. Here's the pitch. And high ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes to count to Gronsky. Gronsky 1 for 4. Garco set in the pitch. And this one grounded to short. Passes Newski in the right field, a base hit. So a 2-out base runner here for Joliet. And that'll bring up the right fielder, Boo Vasquez. Vasquez today, 0 for 2, but reached base twice with 2 walks and a run scored. We'd like to remind you that this Washington Wild Things baseball broadcast is brought to you by Pittsburgh Comics, True Par America, Unnews, State Line Restaurant and Hotspot, and People's Natural Gas. Garco's pitch is a called strike, no balls and a strike. Oh and 1 to the Joliet Slammer right fielder. Joliet leads by 5, 6-1 the score. Garco set the pitch. And this one, fly ball to left field. Fake initially comes in, now goes back and makes the catch, and that is out number 3. So no runs, a hit, no errors, and 1 man left. And after 8, the score. The Joliet Slammers 6, your Washington Wild Things 1. Last chance for the Wild Things. You're listening to the MSA Sports Network's production of Washington Wild Things Baseball.
PA Leadership Charter School is a proud sponsor of the Washington Wild Things. PALCS is a tuition-free online public school for K-12 students. PALCS can help your child hit a home run in their education through flexibility, student-to-teacher interaction, and socialization opportunities. Go to PALCS.org for more information. Go Wild Things!
PA Leadership Charter School. Lead, don't follow.
AAA members enjoy 24/7 roadside assistance, exclusive member-only discounts, expert travel assistance, free identity theft protection, and much more. With that AAA card in your wallet or purse, you have the peace of mind, safety, and security that only AAA membership can provide. Already a member? Don't forget to renew. Not a member? Join AAA today at any nearby office or online at AAA.com. AAA, we're always with you.
We're back here on the MSA Sports Network. Last chance for your Wild Things as we go to the top of the 9th, down 5. Joliet leads 6-1. New pitcher for the Joliet Slammers is Mark Rutledge enters. Rutledge, 2 2/3 innings of work, 1 strikeout, 3 walks, 1 hit, no runs, no earned. Let's do up for the Wild Things here. Their last shot, it'll be the top of the order. Jamal Austin, Austin Wobrock, and Brian Haar. And the new pitcher for the Slammers will be Kevin Simmons, a 6'2", 185-pound right-hander from Selman, Alabama. As he's looking to end the game here for Joliet. The Wild Things looking to mount a comeback as Jamal Austin steps in. Austin 0 for 4. With a strikeout, 2 groundouts, and a lineout. For Simmons, he's appeared in 1 game, has no ERA, struck out a batter, did give up a hit, no runs, no earned. And this pitch, first pitch swinging for Austin, and it's into right field, a base hit. So the Wild Things start the 9th with the leadoff base runner. The 5th time the leadoff man's made it to on base tonight. And let's see if the Wild Things can start a rally here as up steps Austin Wobrock. Wobrock 1 for 4 today with a single in the 7th. So the first pitch Simmons throws gets hit in the right field for a base hit. A 4-game hitting streak for Jamal Austin. Here's the pitch. That's low, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes to count to Austin Wobrock. The Wild Things shortstop, 1 for 4 today. Here's the pitch. And that's outside, ball 2. 2-0. Austin a speed threat over there at first base. Simmons checks him. Here's the pitch. Swung on, grounded to second base. Slowly hit to Melvin Rodriguez. They aren't going to get the out at second, but they'll get Wobrock at first. Out number 1, 4-3 on the putout. Meanwhile, Austin moves up to scoring position now with just 1 away, and that'll bring up Brian Harr. Harr today 0 for 3. Struck out twice and flew out. Harr has homered in back-to-back games as he's looking to just get on base here. A home run's not going to do you any good. So let's see if we can get on base, get the rally started. Austin at second. Simmons checks him. Here's the pitch. And it's grounded to second. Rodriguez handles it. Austin will move up to third, and that's out number 2. So 2 away here. Austin moves up to third, and with 2 outs, that brings up Jimmy Yezzo. Yezzo, the last chance for the Wild Things, 0 for 4 today. 2 flyouts and 2 groundouts. So Yezzo, Wild Things' last chance, has 1 hit on the season, looking for another. Looking in is Simmons. He's set. The pitch. And Yezzo fouls this one off. No balls and a strike. We remind you that tomorrow's game can be heard right here on the MSA Sports Network. Game 2 of this 3-game series between the Washington Wild Things and the Joliet Slammers. 11:05 a.m. first pitch. Trevor Foss will be on the hill for the Wild Things. Here's the pitch. And that's a strike. No balls, 2 strikes, to Yezzo. Wild Things down to their last strike. 6-1, Joliet leads. 0-2 the count. Austin the runner at third. Simmons looks in. He's set. And the pitch. Swing and a miss, and Yezzo strikes out, and this ball game is over. Final score, the Joliet Slammers take game 1 of this 3-game series from the Wild Things. Final score, Joliet 6, Washington 1. Stay tuned. We'll be right back here on the MSA Sports Network for the Washington Wild Things postgame show. You're listening to MSA Sports coverage of Washington Wild Things baseball.
You just never know how your day is going to go. The same old's true at Penn Station East Coast subs. For some unsuspecting spuds, they start their day as Idaho potatoes, only to be transformed into hand-hewn fries. Unlucky for them, good for you. However, both your days get better because the fries get to sidle up next to a perfectly grilled Philly cheesesteak. Then, on their way to their final resting place, they get bathed in citric nectar, our signature lemonade. Wherever your day takes you, we recommend Penn Station be one of the stops.
We're back here, Washington Wild Things postgame show. Final score of this one, Washington falls to Joliet by a score of 6-1. And it was early offense against Brandon Hinkle as the Slammers scored 3 runs back in the first inning, 4 straight hits to start the game. And then they capitalized with insurance late in the game as they added 3 more in the 5th. And that just put this game out of reach. Final score 6-1. The Wild Things did get 1 run in this game back in the 6th inning after a Jimmy Yezzo flyout. Dave Popkins, his 3-for-3 night, was concluded with his 3rd hit, a double. That was 1 out, gave the Wild Things a runner at second. Then Grant Fink walked, giving runners at first and second. And Scott Carcasey got his first Wild Things hit of the season. An RBI single into right field to score Popkins and make the score 6-1. It would stand there as the final. Your Washington Wild Things player of the game in this loss, Dave Popkins. 3-for-3, 2 singles, a double, and a run scored. Scored the only run of the game for the Wild Things and really got his bat going after that first series in Gateway. Popkins was hitting .167. He only had 1 hit and 13 at-bats. Breaks out today at the plate. 3 hits for Popkins. Your Washington Wild Things and the Joliet Slammers back at it tomorrow morning First pitch, 11:05 a.m. Eastern. You can hear it right here on MSASports.net. Trevor Foss will be on the hill for your Washington Wild Things. Thanks for listening. I want to remind you, tonight's broadcast brought to you by People's Natural Gas, Chick-fil-A, Henderson Brothers, Penn Station Subs, Washington County Tourism Promotion Agency, and AAA. Washington Wild Things dropped the first game of this 3-game series. Back tomorrow for another one. Thanks for listening. Final score, Joliet 6, Washington Wild Things 1. You've been listening to MSA Sports broadcast of Washington Wild Things Baseball. Have a good night, everybody.